hope you're having a wonderful day. It is November 26, 2025, and we are right ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday. Tomorrow is going to be closed. We will not be live on Friday because Friday is going to be a half day. I was just telling everybody else, I think it's going to be pretty slow, so we better have a good day. But if you see the title and everybody buying and the shorts covering, that is because the last 2 days you have seen the biggest 2-day buying since Liberation Day, and then other than that, it goes back like 2-3 years since you've seen something like this. So people are feeling good, but I will tell you all to be wise. I mean, the objective here is not to get trapped, and the other objective is to not miss out. So find your balance. You'll be good. Again, I think it's going to be pretty computery, and you're probably going to go over the NVIDIA debate with Google and all of that. A couple of them did rebound this morning, and then there's a couple of things to watch out with healthcare, but nothing guaranteed. But before we get into this glorious, great day, my friends, I hope you know what we got to do. Something very, very important every day, man. And like I said, tomorrow's Thanksgiving, but this is something every single day. I'm thankful for this. That's why, man. Right ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday, every single morning, bro. So I hope it goes a long way, but I hope you all really mean it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't telling you, I'm not giving you a turkey. You're not going around the table and have to tell me what you thankful for. No. This is something real, man. And the fact of the matter is, before we chase a dollar and do anything, man, we have this opportunity. We have freedom. It's a great country. I know it feels like the world is always changing, but man, do we have an amazing opportunity. And I don't think it would be there without the great men and women who have served and uphold certain values and have done it for a very long time, man. So that's why I want to give a huge shout out, active service, past service, anybody who has contributed to this nation's freedom, veterans, the families. Thank you guys for everything, and God bless every single one of you. If anybody should be holding that 10%, holding the good quality stocks, get in the land. I hope it's you, my friend, and I hope we could help, and I hope you stay away from the scoundrels as well, too, man. Be careful out there, but you guys are wise, and I hope your discipline really does carry over to everything that we do here. But at the end of the day, thank you, and God bless you, and I hope all of you who haven't served, I hope you can make some noise with it too and show that love as well, man. It is important, and if you can't have value and appreciation, I mean, that's not good for the long term. I know. Other than that, though, big shout out to everybody else giving back to their communities. Doctors, nurses, teachers, firefighters, police officers, the janitors, the coaches, the garbage men, everybody making their communities run, baby. God bless you and thank you, Pot. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise up. Place your right hand over your heart. Say it with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, baby. Set the digits! Oh, it's game time, baby. Oh, Merry Christmas. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy end of the year and beginning of another one. Happy great day. Happy amazing day. Oh, yeah. We got 2 minutes? Perfect. So, yeah, there wasn't even that many crazy pre-market movers. You're going to play the Google, NVIDIA stuff as well a little bit more today. It's kind of chilled out. Google was up and then flipped. But watch out for the healthcare names. It's like Trump said there could be a delay or there could be the extension on the ACA thing. But remember, last time they moved about 20. Watch Dollar Tree, Value, Procter & Gamble. Dollar Tree has earnings next week. NVO and some of the negotiations on the CMS stuff. That's another part of the healthcare. NVO and Teva benefited off of it. Watch gold. I mean, silver's outperforming a lot this morning. Dell and Urban post earnings, and then even Deere as the downside. And just keep in mind, anything that was down, it might have the ability, especially if it's value, it might start to go on up. Other than that, we got to get through a couple of levels. We talked about some of them yesterday. See where they take you, and then again, just be wise. I mean, don't fall for the buy low or buy high, sell low, or sell low, buy high. You just, again, find the balance, my friend. Do not miss out on it, and do not get too confident, and you will be okay. But other than that, we got 1 minute. I don't know. Can you guys handle it? I don't know if you can handle it there. Did I get it? Ooh, I haven't heard this one yet. It's the best time of year, Chad. God bless you. Merry Chrism. Oh, that's it. Okay. Jesus. Alright, man, 45 seconds. Game time. Amen. It's a call, baby. Yeah. If we talking plays, yeah, I'm in there like swimwear. I've been there, I've done this shit for 10 years. You could have it all, but you've been scared, big scare. Funny part, there wasn't even risk there. My thoughts been my own, yeah, I've been clear, no fear. Oh dear, who you trying to control here? My God is the weapon, I ain't boasting. Nah, it's done. Daddy said it's finished. Made me in his image, but that always made me timid. Wonder why we different, don't you ever get it twisted. It's the only way we get it, set apart from the start. And the heart isn't ours, it's a hippie with the love, but it's David with the sword. I want peace, so that means you gon' kill me if it's war. Nietzsche, Trotsky, can't beach on the arm. Want it easy or hard, want a genie or a god. Then believe me, lil' bro, you a child, you a son of the highest in the bud. Don't deny it, we don't like it. Oh, what? Damn, Oscar just took... Did you take another 2% right off the open? And then, yeah, again, Google, this time Google started lower. I mean, yesterday it would be up 3% and then sell off right off the bat. So, yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Giga. Again, CoreWeave and Oracle moved up a little bit. And then where's the other value? Oh, that's weird. NVO is getting a decent bid. So, again, they got the... Ozempic Wegovy price stuff for the price reduction. That was through the CMS negotiations. Yeah, and then where's Humana? I thought Humana would move more on anything related to that, but it's more the drug companies. And then what are we at? 0.6 on the NASDAQ, 0.4 on the SPY, 0.3 on the Dow, and then Russell is the one that is lagging a little bit here today. And then again, NVIDIA also got a bid too after, again, it just flip-flopped. Google's not down that bad, but it's only 2%. Remember, at one point, they were down like, what, 7 yesterday? That was kind of crazy. Netflix, there was an update on the WBD stuff, but just, again, they're playing that game still. And then Eli Lilly, damn, 1,100. Elijah. And then Apple starting off decent. Meta, too. Meta was the leader yesterday. They're kind of lagging. And then Oracle, they gave up a little bit, but still up. And then Broadcom's the one that's down. All right. See some value. XLP barely green. XLV is actually in the down, and then the drugs are down. So interesting. I think it's more probably NVIDIA recovery, and everything else we'll get a look in a little bit. And then again, you just got to get above the levels, depending on how we play. Yeah, 67.96. So yeah, 6,800 is one level. You'll probably have another one at 68.35, but this is the one I care about. The 68.50, 68.60. If you get above there, it'll be good. But then again, it will be very computery today. Remember, it's the holiday, so a lot of people will take off the day before. And then, but everybody did cover their shorts. They did not want to hold those coming into, how you say, the holiday, the Thanksgiving. It's gonna be a great day, bro. Today's not Thursday. Today's Wednesday. Oh, but maybe, I don't know if it pushes ahead because the holiday, but yeah, usually Thursdays are bad, and I mean, you saw that last week. Pinduoduo, China's doing good. Nike, oh, we might be able to flip those again. The Google TP, which one? Was it the guy who said game over? The super vague tweet? Otherwise, I haven't seen it. I saw that guy, the Gemini guy who said game over. Oh, damn, those are still, they're just widening the spreads on those. Remember, I whiffed on those Nikes, so I don't know if there's a chance to double dip, I might. And then Alibaba, there was news on ByteDance being restricted in China from using their NVIDIA chips. But that came from China, not America. Yeah, Baba's on fire, low-key. And Pinduoduo, China's looking good. Again, that's kind of the I think that's the final parachute if you want to wait to get out of Chop City. And then Staples catching a little bit. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, they're not too hot. And then Procter & Gamble, Wally World. And then CoreWeave's up 6. So again, CoreWeave, Oracle, I think ARM came up. It'll be a great day to trade. All the stocks will be home. All the traders will be gone. It really might just be, I think you got to set it and ride the wave and then Just don't miss out and don't get too FOMO-y. Or also, too, don't top ticket and be unwise. So if you find that balance, I think you're going to do great. If you haven't already. Yeah, NVO, even the premiums are moving up, surprisingly. But you got to make sure you don't hit a wall on that one. No, today's a full day. Friday is the half day. And then tomorrow is going to be closed. We'll still be live. I think, what time do we usually start? 9 or 10? Maybe, I think at 10 o'clock. I'm going to pick up the turkey today. And then, I don't know. And then, damn, even Intel up too. Oh, it's your birthday? Well, happy birthday, baby. I got to keep these on deck. I think we got a lot of Thanksgiving birthdays, man. I love it. And I hope you guys run it with the long term. Remember, every year, you got 10 more of those for a decade. 9 more. And amen, get a crib too. I know you've been hunting. Dollar General. Who's the other one? Urban. Oh, duh. Deer. So yeah, Deer did bad. But let's see if that'll be the one that stays down. Let's see what we're working with. Well, okay. If we talk in plays, yeah, I'm in there like swimwear. Deer, have you been so expensive? Have you seen the price? Yeah, Deer's a little bit expensive on there, but just watch if that starts turning up. Yeah, and then I kind of all week, man. If whatever you see on the ask, I would definitely bid around before you do anything, because you'll probably get filled on one of them. All right, high ticker's still getting a little bit of juice. I keep seeing Netflix on there. UNH is starting to come up. Like we said, if you start to notice any of these guys go up, I mean, theoretically, there is a catalyst. What do we got here? Hey, why so expensive? Thanksgiving Junior. I got a crib. I just want another. Amen. Amen, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Unless you're in the UK, they might tax you. They might, but you're not. You're lucky. Yeah, so that was another piece of drama here today. There was like a UK budget issue where they like launched the budget a little early. And then it got dramatic, but they unleashed a lot of taxes on a lot of different things. So yeah, I made him move on some healthcare, and then I'd call that a day, and they'll be good to go. If we talking plays, yeah, I'm in there like swimwear. I've been there. EB, it has been a great year, man. And then that, just get ready. This last month is going to be quite interesting, depending on how it all plays out. But I mean, if this holds up, I think we get past there. You know, we've been trying to make sure we get out of Chop City. And then too, next year, man, that's what I'm kind of excited, because then you're gonna get the all the tax stuff. I mean, I think everybody in here, at every income level here, I think you're all gonna see some level of tax benefit, more or less. And then we're gonna see how all of that plays out. And then, I mean, we talked about it yesterday. It's been a long time to like process info. So at some point, it'll be over 12 months of kind of how this data has played out and then what that says. So we'll see if that dissuades any concerns of the economy. But also, too, people might go a little coco. Just a little coco, man. Hawkeye. TPU engineer said that the sell-off shows how clueless the market is about hardware and the demand. Oh, so he's does he own NVIDIA too? But that is what everybody came out with yesterday. So remember when we started watching it, like 3 analysts came, or they upgraded like 3 different stocks. NVIDIA said they're happy, and then everybody was kind of saying, you know, well, we use them as a client, or ARM and CoreWeave and all that are still involved. So Oracle going on the low. Again, those are the outperformers here on the day when you look at it. And then Broadcom, Meta already gave up from yesterday. Apple, day 2 is holding up. It's only 0.3. And then, Microsoft's up 1.2. CLSK, Restoration. Watch if staples start going up, though. Again, Dow and NASDAQ, SPY, they're all kind of matched up. About 0.5. Yeah, there's staples waking up. It didn't do much off the first one. Nvidia.com. Whoa. No way. No way. Oh, it's early. Or not. Bradley Frizzle and the Peach. Oh, man. Y'all got something to be thankful for. Every day, that consistency. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Bradley? Oh, God bless you, brother. God bless you and good morning. I'm thankful for the Peach, man. Oh, you have no idea. I'm thankful for all the chats who could relate to the Peach. That level of consistency. If you have let your long-term reflected too, oh, that's a blessing. Oh, amen, Peach Nation. God bless America. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, the play. I mean, watch out just the spreads. But yeah, if you're going off the last trade, there's been a couple of weird ones here to start off. Talking plays. Yeah, I'm in there like swimwear. Baba on the low now. So again, Baba just hit 1% higher than 1% lower. Again, I'm watching the staples. I keep your eyes on a couple of them. The insurance plays are starting to go up. I mean, literally, UNH kind of straight up. But then it did that the other day and hit the wall. But that's actually a pretty nice move for them. Oh, where's a Pfizer? Oh, man. And then Intel, man. Intel is really starting to run there. Up by 2.6. Does the Peach have peach pie for Thanksgiving? Dude, I don't think I've had a peach pie. Or a peach cobbler. Is that the same thing? Abivai, AT&T. All right, man. Look at the high ticker. It's kind of like yesterday. I mean, it's still doing this pretty slow. Let me see the equal weight, but again, you even saw kind of the melt up and how that all played out. So, you know, think about it. You might be better off setting and forgetting, and then we go from there. Let's see what we got. Why is this up so much? How come they make it so much a pricing? Try something different. Give it a sec. CMS on the high. That has nothing to do with the CMS. And then Chapato. Oh, Molina as well. Your boy Burry. Peach bells roasted on an open fire. No, okay. Sorry. Alright, do you guys want a gift? I already given you a lot of gifts. Oh, those already went up. Fuck, dude. I have a weird sweet spot. It's pretty much if it plays out like today. Michael Saylor tweeted a new image of him fighting. Oh, I like his images. I still think the life fucking boat one, bro. That one was kind of insane. I can't believe. But then maybe if this one's like him fighting and he's holding like a shank, I could possibly get behind it. Back from vacay, the keys. Oh, good. Welcome back, baby. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Well, here, I'll tell you one. Not a recommendation, so good luck. Chicago PMI 36. That's not like the real PMI. That's just the regional one. Remember, ISM manufacturing comes out next week. That will be a bigger one than not. But other than that, I wouldn't really trip on those. The jobless claims today, and then continuing claims, and then was it durable goods? I think everything else came in line. There's a Nike. Oh, you had the double dip there. It wasn't as cheap though. Who else? Target. Yeah, they started moving up there. Target's kind of launching. Even Elf now waking up a little bit. Wasn't there a catalyst on Elf not too long ago? Besides the drop. Or am I thinking EL? Now Oracle and Nvidia on the low. Very interesting. Google coming up because I know Microsoft's helping you out. Yeah, there's Google with the little candle, but again, those were kind of your little leaders here, kind of reversal from the other day. But yeah, you're still just melting on up, but it's all very, very close. Even the Russell caught up with that 0.5%. NASDAQ's the leader, 0.7, but SPY, Dow closely behind at 0.6. MODG, high ticker, a couple financials too. Water. Yeah, Microsoft, man. Yeah, they had a little gap there off the bottom. Klarna, Riot. Yeah, Kohl's, they got to upgrade, but then they raised the price target, but then they didn't upgrade the stock. There's Broadcom now. They lagged a lot in the morning. TFX, Love. Southwest, a little bit of volume. I don't know if this is all the airlines, but kind of looks individual. Good morning, my friends. And then Flutter and DraftKings actually went up. So again, part of that UK shit hit the gambling stocks, especially Flutter, but they've already recovered. Deer too, that's recovered too off the bottom. Those ones are really expensive. Amazon on the low, but still green. But yeah, it looks like all the chips are slowing down. Zscaler, isn't that post earnings? That was already down 9, still going down. Credit Agricole priced in. No, it's not. This one don't matter. Where's Unch? Unch. Yeah, they came down a little bit. Just keep in mind, those insurance plays, they are going to be interesting. Who's the other one? Oscar. Yeah, they might chill. Cigna's starting to go up. ON. Yeah, the clothing retailers, I mean, even Urban Outfitters did damn good. So, and I think they were talking to Ritzia this morning, but a lot of them have been, they've been pretty solid. So yeah, like big box stores and clothing retailers, again, think about it. What's going to happen on Thursday or on Friday and then on Monday? You guys know what's going to happen, right? You're going to get some update about Adobe. I said this yesterday. You're going to get some update on Adobe. They're going to say how they had the traffic and the card numbers. So with some of them reporting, I mean, the earnings are all solid, and those are the ones the last couple days. They've been kind of getting a solid bid. I like Target too. You hear the jingles? They will. I mean, again, you've already had this buying. If we could get above these momentum levels, I mean, before you know it, I mean, that narrative on Young Santa rally, you're going to start hearing that a little bit more. Sanofi's still down. They're coming up. They had that French raid yesterday. Duolingo, Nibis, and Iren. Nibis doing a lot better. Nibis up 6 again. So CoreWeave ran up. They're still holding. They're kind of tracking with NVIDIA and Oracle. And then NVIDIA gave up a little bit. Trump is truthing around. There's a new word for the Trump Republican, which is almost everyone. Great policy, it's the key. To publican or T-publican? Huh? See, I think the MAGA one hit a little bit better. Yeah. How Trump broke down walls to get Ukraine. Yeah, bro, he's just tweeting away. Holy shit. He posted like 3 in a row. He said the creeps at the failing New York Times are at it again. I won the election. He's talking about the poll numbers. And then his cognitive test. That was one of them. There's a new word for Trumplican. That's another one. Victoria Coates was a great on Maria B this morning. Solid analyst. That was 3 minutes ago. And then he posted how Trump brought a link to him in the war. All right, there's this spot. Oh, fuck. Those hit 100%. I should have sold it. And then it flip. RPV. But yeah, a lot of things just dropped right now. Again, you already had NVIDIA and Oracle kind of selling. I think this was a mix of everything else chilling. But then again, you're still up 0.5%. This is solid day 3 or day 4 now, essentially. You were up on Friday. McDonald's. Yeah, all the value ones just took a candle. UMP, even the bonds are going down. Oh, where's gold and silver? Yeah, silver was outperformer. Where's the dollar? Dollar might be going up because of the euro shit, but yeah, not chilled out. I have the bells on my chair. Do you guys hear that? It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. MO and PM up. They said something about a UK tax on cigarettes too. Chicago PMI is why they're blaming the sell-off. That's odd. You would think the bonds would rip. But yeah, I think it's just, I think it's going to slow the momentum down because a lot of the momentum plays were ready to launch right there. But nah, remember, next week you'll get some better data. But then after that, it will be the blackout period, and then it's the Fed meeting. Broadcom 52-week high. It might just be changing some of the leadership, and then Baba's selling off. Well, I would expect bumpiness again. You don't want to get trapped, and then you don't want to miss out. You find that balance, you're going to be amazing. And then Oracle giving up half of that gain. Even Nvidia gave up half of the gain, and now this time Google's not up, but it kind of wants to. EA's moving. I don't know if there's any updates on the purchase. And then airlines again too. And then ASML. I mean, a couple of names had some big gap ups here, dude. Even Microsoft. Long time roasting on an open fire. Yeah, Eco 8's up. Everything's matched at 0.4, 0.5. Oh, WBD. Nuke. UGI, Chipotle, Lyft. All right. Retail looking like it's back to pre-COVID sales. Yeah, it just depends on the company. Because some are still doing amazing, but then that has been some of the trends. But then these aren't bad numbers. That's just like the weird part about it. Because like in some areas and like the companies that are doing better, it's been 5 years, and some of these companies, they may not be growing at the same clip of a tech stock, but yeah, they're still bringing in hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. But I do think you got to be picky. This could be a daily reminder, you guys. Do you know what I'm about to say? So while the SPY hits VWAP back to open there, they washed some premiums. What am I about to tell you next? Do you know? I'm gonna give you a daily reminder. Not that it's a good day. Lyft's getting 2 candles here on some volume. Still small though. I mean, nothing's really triggered. And then low ticker now has more velocity to the downside than not. You guys know what I'm gonna tell you? No way. Look at you. Look at you. You know. Okay, I think I just froze my computer. My brother in Christ. I don't know who needs to hear this. The SPY's coming down, but go to Slick Charts or anywhere you could find the S&P 500. And as you get ready, maybe this holiday, Black Friday, if you're not going to go buy a TV, back in my day, we used to fight each other on Black Friday. You would trample people at Best Buy so you could get a television. So if you're not going to do that, what you can do is you could go and look through the list of names on the SPY, that especially the ones that'll be here for 10 years minimum, and get familiar with some of the names that are very good, very quality, and will be around and are trading right now at a deep discount compared to where the market is. This is what I think this will be a big opportunity coming into next year. So if I were you, I would get familiar. You are kind of running out of time. Some of them will go a lot lower. Some of them have already moved, but you need to know, brother. You need to know. Cisco, what happened with them? They were up a little bit, but that's kind of dropping a little harder. And then SPY just literally hit the open, dancing around again. Go do it. Yep, Look at that. That's all I'll post the link for you. So yeah, it's a shitty. I mean, there's a lot of ads on that website. It literally runs my computer. It's crazy. But yeah, make sure you guys do it, man. Make sure you guys do it, please. Your future you will thank you. Yeah, thanks for going 24/5. You were looking at the names. Everybody, you did. Everything was already up, but you found the 200 that were down, and they were still around. Thank you. Yeah, Hummer. Oh. I mean, yeah, we brought this up every day. Every day. Just it's one of the only years where it doesn't happen too often that you have this many names underperforming on the S&P. So it is indicative of stuff with the economy, and that's the bifurcated K-shape everybody talks about. But that I was inspired when Homeboy was telling me about the pre-COVID sales, because I'm like, that is correct in some names, and then some are doing better. And just like you look at the whole picture, there is some good quality names there. And then down the line, as long as they held up, they make money, they're good quality, these could be some very, very good ones moving forward. Palantir and Net on the low. SPY now low of the day. So think about it. You guys know I think we hit 6,800. No, we were right there. No, yeah, you hit 6,813. So like I was saying, it's gonna get a little bumpy here, but if we break out from here, that's opening up the doors, and if we could hold above that, that will be a good sign for momentum. But you literally went above by 13, pulled back down, and then here we are. Lulu's climbing. MSCI. I like Target, man. It went a little lower, but then it's crazy that the last days of downside, Target went down on earnings. You have another 5-10% almost. But yeah, it's already came back up. It's still a good price though. I don't think, if you really feel FOMO and I have to get it, you have a lot of cash, that one has been very, very appetizing. So yeah, I would make a decision either sooner rather than later, or choose your frustration. So if you're down to wait a little bit on Target and it runs, no worries, go to the next one. But yeah. Oh, Dell. Well, Dell started off pretty weak. It was odd with the earnings, the first reaction after the print. It wasn't people weren't excited, and then it started picking up. Tap on the high. Tap, 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 tap. Kimberly. Well, that's the thing. Some of them will get dropped from the SPY. Because I agree with you. The S&P 500 is supposed to be balanced in a way where it represents the economy. So some of them, if they fall off, they can get removed. But that's why your job is find the ones that are going to be here for 10 years, and if it's already had a good run, and they have kind of their moat in clients, cash flow, those are going to be the good signs. Kimberly Clark, I think we got some old plays on that one. Kimberly, oh no, that's BMY. Kimberly, who is a Kimberly? Oh, remember, Kimberly Clark, that already went up from the 80s, 90s. That was the Kenview one. That's another one that was really down on the year. Yeah, Kohl's keeps getting a bunch of good headlines, from earnings to upgrades and all that. SanDisk on the low, kind of flushing. I mean, they got added to the S&P yesterday. Kava, the restaurant plays are doing it again. Bros, Kava, CMG, they're all kind of running, even Sweet Greens. Nope, they came down. Duolingo and KTTA as a small cap doing the Halt dance. So good luck. Well, it's not everybody though. So like I'm saying, if you have a lot of cash, I mean, I wouldn't really hesitate, on some of these good ones. But if you don't have a lot of cash and you're already fully extended, or you are eyeing something else, I mean, yeah, you could wait. But I like Target though. I like that better than many of the other ones that get brought up. Yeah, Duolingo's still going. I don't know why. Airlines. Where are the banks? They're all staying pinned, but doing good. And DraftKings too. I mean, if anything, if you work for a company, I would take advantage of this stock plan. See if they should offer it to you. Ask them if they have something where you can, then that's a different story, if you work there. and you're already making them money, you might as well benefit off of what you're doing. But yeah, they usually, every company, like the big ones, if they're publicly traded, they will offer you an employee stock program. A Bibsy. Actually, where's Pepsi? That was the one earlier in the year we kept talking about. And then they haven't gone back from that 130. They're front running the quantitative easing. No, I think it's a lot of people covering in the fact that none of that volatility and the liquidity stuff really cracked anything. Some people will be front running it, but we do got a little bit more time. And then there's a couple of data sets, but just really seasonality. That's the real seasonality, and nothing cracked after that fiasco. And then even the bearish development still leads to, demand in another a winner in America, a big winner. So for now, I would just chalk this up to seasonality and nothing cracking after that first 3 weeks of November. Yeah, the bonds did. I mean, we did start going down from the data, but that just doesn't really correlate. But yeah, bonds, I don't know. Let me see move. I feel like yesterday was a pretty big move on the 10-year as well. No, move is down. So even then, yields, they did good yesterday, but we'll see. We have to wait till the move resets. But yeah, as long as bonds aren't getting in the way. I mean, that's always been our good bellwether to keep an eye out for. You get 5% off your employment stock plan. That's awesome. Dude, I've seen some companies, they'll give you like 25% or something. So, but that's a good way. And if you work for them and you plan on working for them for a decent amount of time, I would definitely run it up. Google's dumping now. So this could just be Google, NVIDIA calming down. Microsoft's giving you a little bit of cushion. And now Apple even flipped red. Now banks and airlines. Pizza had something today. They did a deal with somebody and like about franchises. Oh, there was something else. You could get 50% off. Damn. 6% of your check is the max. That's crazy though. 50% off is nuts. I would love to do this, baby. I would love 50%. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to work for them and if they don't limit the shares, like if you don't have to hold it for like 10 years or something, I mean, that's even better. All right, SPY still at the low again. Bibsy, a value. Wow. Owen, and the Nikes. Oh, Nikes. Yeah, pizza was just getting candles. Small ones. Again, food stocks are doing great. And then, once again, year-to-date laggers are fire. So that's pretty much what I'm telling you guys to look at. Year-to-date laggers. They're not always value in staple stocks. That's why you do got to be careful on the quality if you're really going to hold it for the long term. But yeah, man, it's there. You added to the long term. You're not saying what I added, but I bullied you into it. Hey, I would like to call it encouragement, but if bullying works, I'm down. I'm fucking down, bro. Good shit. Good shit. Now you could hang with the cool kids. Yeah, is that what we should? You want to hang with the cool kids, bro? You better have a long term. You got long term, or does your long term go to another school? Oh yeah, I don't believe you. Yeah, you guys. Oh yeah, you got a long term. Oh, let me guess. You goes to another school, huh? I don't believe you. Yeah, amen. Long term. That's what we need, man. Cintas gives you 15%. I max them out, dog. I'm telling you, especially even if there's no restrictions on it in terms of like buying or selling, but if you really plan to be with that company for like a year or two, even at minimum, I mean, you are making them money. You might as well benefit off of it. Unless it's in the fucking gutter. Unless we're talking you work for the work. Like maybe if you worked for Enron, but then at the time people didn't know. So you know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know. I'm trying to think what would be a bad example. All right, back up. Talking plays, yeah, I'm in NVOs now. Deer, mother. That's a donkey. I didn't do it as good, but yeah. Caesars again. We saw, dude, they're up 3% again today. All of these things. And I had the double dip. I missed it. But yeah, that one's good. Those would have been a banger. The market does the same move 3 days in a row. Anything is possible. I think we're just in a little bit of a covering thing, and then it's the computers. After a couple of days of buying, because again, the last couple of weeks were pretty insane, and then the fact we avoided all of that in a weird degree. But yeah, these last 2 days, you had more purchasing than the last like 6 months, arguably last 3 years. Do you have a long term, or does the long term have you? Wow. It's deep. You work for Walmart, they got a stock program? Yes, do it. I mean, somebody said, somebody else posted in the other one, they said it's only $270 a year. That's crazy if they only limit you to like $200, but you know, ideally, the idea is they're giving you the stock for cheaper. So, you know, 10% goes a long way. But now if you get 10% and then they'll give you, somebody literally said 50%. But usually it's around 15%. But that's a solid deal. And then, even if it's a short-term thing, as long as they don't restrict you, it's a good thing to have. And then, yeah, if it's a company like Walmart, it ain't going nowhere. You'd move 10% on a year. So if you could get a instant upside, yeah, I'm a big fan of it. One of the best ways to grow your long-term, really. Tax-free 401k type stuff, and then employee stock plan. Those are some of the best. A debt shelf offering, it means they could sell at any moment. So sometimes it's bullish. They have a good use of capital, but usually it just means that they are getting approval to dilute whenever they want. So they're going to get it approved, and then they could essentially sell into the market to raise capital without having to disclose every time. That's why they file the one shelf. That's the disclosure. And then, yeah, they just do it whenever they feel like it. That's crazy though. They match 270? But do they give you a discount like on the shares? And then does it have a decently high cap? And then Target's going up again. Value, year-to-date laggers, retailers. That's why I got Target and Nike up here. But they're killing it. When you quit, they force sold your company shares? Oh, no way. Well, they're private. Yeah, it makes sense. If it goes private, yeah. But usually if it's public, I don't think they force sell you. The only thing that sucks with employment, I knew people who worked at UNH, and I don't think they were allowed to sell the shares for at least a year or two. So they would give you a good discount, but then you couldn't sell it for a long time. U.S. peace plan from Ukraine drew from Russian documents, sources say. Reuters. No discount, but it's fully vested. But then they match it. That's dope, though. That's just free money. So then if it's a match, you put in $200, they give you $200. So really your $200 is $500. So they limit those. Matches are great, but yeah, it's going to be a lot smaller. But then instantly vesting is also dope. Speak of the devil, Wally World. Yeah, that's 401k is where they usually match it, not like a direct purchase. But that's awesome. I'm telling you, those are the great ways to, like, if you really want to build a long term and you're working and you want to make your dollar go a lot further. Again, you are working, you are making the company money. If you work for them, you might as well get a bigger piece of it beyond what your salary or wages are. Now Bobo, SPY's right at open, right at VWAP, 0.4, literally across the board. 4-1 SPY, 4-1 Dow, 4-1 NASDAQ, 0.46. Very computer, Habibi. It is exactly the same. Exactly. Wow. Hi, my name, Wicked Long Term. Y'all act like y'all never seen a long term before. Jaws on the floor. Like 10% when it came to the door. Oh, wait. He didn't just save what I think he did he? Amber, AMBR is already up 70. Tweaking. You work for a Berkshire-owned company. They don't offer stock at a discount, but match 100% up to 6. Yeah, matching is great, dude. So, like, you could calculate a discount off of it, right? So think about it. If you buy 200, like even for the Walmart example, if you buy $250 and they match $250, I would argue that's a 50% discount. Somebody better at math you could price it in essentially. But yeah, that's a match is great. It just they all have their limits. I think somebody said in the other one they said their sister works for a company with no limit at a high discount. That's crazy. So yeah, if there's no limit, I would max it out. But then a match is not a bad option. All right, Microsoft's starting to go down. That was like really your leader here today, but Meta's climbing back up. Service now selling a flood. Dude, the gambling ones, man. They went. That little baby UK drama did not get in the way. CRM, they're down 30 on the year, but I was looking at that this morning. And then Oracle's still holding. Kohl's is still ripping, up 6. And they had earnings and a bunch of headlines. And their earnings was good. I don't think there was one bad retail earnings. Again, I think Urban Outfitters, they hit some crazy number today. I was tripping on that. I did not know Urban Outfitters, got it like that. Meta. Autodesk. Didn't Autodesk have earnings? And then Kohl's still up there. And then the Target. The gold even running now. Actually, what's up with gold? So look, bonds got a bid. Gold got a bid. Silver was outperforming already. So we'll see. And then speaking of Urban, that one's continuing. And then Chapato. Chapato's actually moved a lot off the bottom. That's 10% from the last 3 days. 4 days. %90 of the S&P uses Salesforce, down 33% year to date. Cash to debt looks good. Earnings in 7 days. Another piece of info from the bulk fertilizer world. How the fuck did you mix fertilizer into CRM? But I like the first part. Yeah, I think the only downside with CRM is like it's just still, I think their PE and like how they're trading, they're still up there. So they got a decent amount of downside, but that's a big ass name. Like CRM's a really big, good tech company. Again, last time we talked about it was compared to Apple when Apple was down 30. But CRM catches my eye a lot. I'm only worried about the risk, but if you want growth and upside and you really want to take some risk in your long term even, I mean, I don't think CRM is going anywhere. But that's the only downside is like it could turn into like an NVO for a little bit. Maybe even a UNH where you get a little bit more, maybe 20-30% downside, and then it chills out for a little bit. But at one point, bro, they were fire. And then they do a lot with the agentic stuff, the agents, but then again, AI agents kind of fell off if you really think about it. People are focusing on a lot of other stuff, but yeah, business to business and AI is also, but they're part of it. They're not really the worst. You've used it at every company I've ever sold for. They got a lot going on. But like, it's a fat name, and then dude, it's down 30%. You even got, it's almost yielding you 1%. That kind of reminds me of Nivda. But I don't know. I feel like if it ever went below 200, I would take it. Realistically, like, again, I looked at it too, even with Meta, but then we grabbed Meta at the price, but like 130 was its Meta price essentially during that whole fiasco. So there is some downside on it, but it's a very big name, and like you said, it's 90% of the S&P uses it. It's not something that'll disappear right away, but there is some risk to it. Let me check. I haven't really checked the other fundamentals yet. But that, out of that whole list, unless you want Fiserv, but Fiserv is nowhere close to CRM's stickiness. But like, yeah, out of that whole list on the SPY that's down, they're down the most, and I believe they're one of the biggest. And it's just like, it's a tech name. That thing can grow. But then also, if it doesn't grow, you could take a real big hit on the share price. But again, farmer never plants if he waits for perfection. There's a lot of green lights on that one. Tap. All right, man. High tickers gassing on the 1 minute again. We had literally, it's like Google, couple of tech names, but then Meta, Nvidia chilled out, Meta, Autodesk coming down. So yeah, there's a couple of them, but let's see. Oh my gosh, it's almost been an hour. Almost been an hour. Let's see what we got. Show me what you're saving with. Save it fast. Hold it long. Save it fast. Show me what you... Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Dow, you got 23 in the green, 7 in the red. NASDAQ 100, 74 in the green, 27 in the red. And then SPY, 410 green, 90 in the red. So I don't know. I mean, if we do those 3 days in a row, but every day has played out like this. I like that one. Save it fast. Oh, man. What does the scripture say when it says they receive their reward in full? So it's a holiday day before, so I'll let it slide. But if you ask me this in the locked in chat next week, I'm banning you. Okay? Ask it in the other chat. I still don't want y'all to forget about that. But it means it's like a trade. So if you want reward from man instead of God, that's what you'll get. So if you have to tell people every time you give to charity, every time you do something, you'll get praised by man. You're a Pharisee, you want people to see you're praying, you'll get your reward from man. They'll think you're good, but God will frown. Bow, bow, save it fast. I don't know why. That one, I love that one, to be honest. It's terrible. Terrible. I want to see the valuation on your boy. CRM. Oh, there's Shermal. Valuation. They're still at a 33 price to earnings. And then full year, looking ahead, forward is 20. So that's a little lower. People have downgraded it a little bit. Price to book is 3.5. Price to sales, 5 to 5. They do have a lot of cash, but I don't know, man. Cash is good. Like Google and Apple is good. And some of these other names, but don't underestimate how fast you could spend cash. And some of these companies just burn it. That's the problem. That's why I'm scared of Pfizer, bro. Pfizer right now is in a very interesting spot. Because you guys remember I told you, I was they have a lot. Pfizer's a giant. Pfizer's like CRM, except they're completely different industries. But Pfizer's like a $200 billion company. Pfizer is a cash cow. And they have a good business that I would argue Pfizer's business is more stable than CRM. But Pfizer used a lot of money to buy. So that's either going to do very, very well, or they're gonna, if those purchases don't lead to, like, longevity, more stable cash flow and growth, oh dude, you just burned hundreds of billions of dollars quite quickly. And then if that backfires, now that moat could go away. I mean, ask Walgreens. So that's the only downside. Yeah, it really is. That's what I'm scared of with NVO, because Pfizer just spent $100 billion on some shit, and most of them have been decent, but you still, that's still in the back of my mind. But then even NVO, because NVO, they killed it. Even though this is their worst year and everyone, retrotide and all the other stuff, it does, like, NVO is on fire. But the downside is that if they start slowing down compared to what they were doing the last couple years, that's why everyone's panicking. But then they take this cash that they got and then they waste it. Oh, you're back into the gutter. So that is where I like CRM, and the cash is good, but they're still priced high. That's the only, even though that's why they're down 30%, because they were already trading well above. USO. Your company, it seems like everybody's company does. Moody's, that thing's been running even yesterday. But yeah, out of that list though, on the downside, S&P, I think CRM plays an interesting role. So I'm glad you guys are looking at it, and I would tell you to look at it. It's different than the value or a staple. It's a growth name. That's why you don't really have too many growth names that are that massive. Again, Fiserv is the only other one, but it's nothing compared to CRM. And that's the worst one on the SPY. Yeah, Fiserv's $30 billion after that big drop. Sipping on some Fiserv. Wally World and a couple of others. Again, the food plays, value, all of them still hitting. Well, Fizzer's at a 9 price to earnings now. That's actually nothing comparatively. But yeah, Fiserv. It's so weird though, because remember, Fiserv did good and then it did terrible, and then everybody started tweaking on the consumer stuff. But after that, I mean, everything related to Fiserv did very good. That's the irony of all of it. Bow, bow. All right, SPY still at VWAP, getting the, if it gets above here, that'll be good. And remember, 6,800, anything above there is like a little mini green light, but I really think the level is 6,850. And if you could get above 6,850, that's it. Next stop is the new high. And as long as it doesn't get too choppy around the 68s, that's going to look better than not. Yeah, the Becky trade is on sale. I like them all. I really do. I mean, think about it. I don't like Lulu as much, but then again, they still got some upside. But the Chipotles of the world, all of these food names, you could at least get them way cheaper, bro. And everybody was hyped on them. That's what I was saying. Like Kava, I don't really like Kava as much. I never liked the stock. I like the food. But like I'm telling you guys, like even look at how we got sweet greens. At the end of the day, you're acquiring these at the fucking bottom of the trend. You're not waiting, do you know how many people were buying Kava at 140? And all these other, they were getting in the Becky trade at the highest prices. You don't have to do that. Now it's like, if you've waited long enough, there is that opportunity. And then you can now even go into the retail side of it. Like, I don't know why the fuck Urban Outfitters is killing. Urban Outfitters is still going, bro. But who else is the clothing one? There's Nike. Then there's Estee Lauder. That one did a lot better. I know a lot of you picked that up in the beginning of the year. That was a good one. But yeah, you could get some of them at the bottom end of the trend. So they still got their risk and everything else. ONON. Yeah, ONON just a new one. DEC. Oh, that's the other one. Because DEC has a nice diversified portfolio. I actually like DEC out of all of them. That's my favorite, I think. I don't own any. But DEC, I think you have a very diversified portfolio. You got the Hokas, the Hey Dudes, or is Hey Dudes Crocs. But Deckers has a a good portfolio, whereas the other ones are kind of just their own brand, you know? Like Deckers has everything. Yeah, Hoka, UGG, Teva, Sanuk. Yeah, so they don't own Hey Dude. That's Crocs. Yeah, they at least got a couple of them. The annual comps after tariffs hit balance sheets will be important. Yeah, I mean, did you hear what I think your boy said it? I think who was it? Trump said it. He said that they might start even like they're not going to let people front run for tariffs, and that you're still going to pay it even if you front run. Because I think that caused a little bit of that inflation uptick. You remember some Chads are mad you didn't get it at 90. Kava, yes, I do remember that. Some people gave me shit for not wanting it. A lot of them. I mean, it happens. I mean, I don't give a fuck. Long term. So now if you want it, you're better off. If you really believe in Kava still, I'll give you the green light as the sector. You know, you should have bought it a couple days ago, but it's still, at the very least, you're getting it 50% off, which sounds like a Black Friday deal. But like I'm saying, I think the Nikes of the world, I like Chipotle way better. Well, if we're talking slot bowls, Chipotle and Sweet Green. Sweet Green's highest risk, high reward, but that's the cheapest. And then Chipotle, I think, hands down. Distillate fuel production coming out. I like, even then, Bros was one you could have kept in mind. Bros even dropped. Bros, it was actually a little bit more stable. But Bros, you got that almost 30-40% off. So yeah, but that's, and then go into the other sectors on the S&P that's down. Like I'm saying, man, I don't think some of these, they might struggle a little bit next year, and some of them might go lower, but then again, some of them are already priced in. So I don't think you're going to regret the good brands, popular brands at a good price. If it's going to be around for 10 years, you're not going to regret it. But then if you buy a good brand at a high price, you will regret it. Ask anybody. Happy Thanksgiving, Junior. I did see oil. Pfizer started to wake up. Again, a couple more medical ones. Now Booking. Expedia and Booking are both running up. A-Lab. No news on Target. Just a lot of these year-to-date laggers. And then retailers are doing very good. Remember, it's about to be Black Friday. So that's like that could be the catalyst everybody's front running, is that by like literally even on Thursday or even on Friday, you might, and then even leading into Cyber Monday, you're gonna get Adobe numbers that'll kind of explain it. But so far, all the retail earnings have been on fire. Nothing has been like scary, especially with a lot of talks of a bifurcated economy. And then coming into next year, I mean, we've covered a lot of the shorts here from this little fiasco, and some people are thinking about the value coming into next year. We've talked about it here for a month, so I think I've given you guys a nice front run on that. But, you know, even then, a lot of those names are up just 10% in the last week if you guys go and look. So everything from Chipotle, even Kava, and then Target, even a lot of them have made a nice move on there. So don't get trapped and only buy it on the high part, but you should be thinking about this coming into next year for your long term, especially, you know, if you're prone to look at your long term, look at the market and be like, everything's so expensive, I can't find any stocks. It's because you're only looking at Nvidia, brother. So you guys got to make sure you have options, and I really think you guys do. So, but then again, the window is going to start to close, so keep all of that in mind. But you should get familiar. Uber, wasn't Lyft running up earlier? Yeah, they're still going. And then SPY's a little higher. Uber, Lyft, GM. Coca-Cola now, they were in the red. Yeah, Pepsi went green first, but Coke is moving. Bow, bow. CSX, Roblo. You know I like to buy Bitcoin if you want Bitcoin, but what do you think of something like Beto? My guy, you just answered your question. But yeah, I mean, if you want to, be my guest, but I've never owned a Bitcoin ETF in my life. I have only traded them for gambles on options. So I've never bought, I would only buy Bitcoin. Especially if you insist on buying Bitcoin and you insist on, putting X amount of dollar every month, unless you're a boomer, unless you don't know how to buy a Bitcoin. Like if you know how to buy a Bitcoin, I don't know why you wouldn't buy a Bitcoin. But if you have to buy an ETF, I mean, shit. I just know. But yeah, you know the answer. That's why you answered it when you asked it. So it's up to you, brother. But you know the truth. Zscaler's earnings, I don't think it was that bad, but they didn't get any love. Deer, I think they came up and then came down. Till the sun goes down, 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 long term. No, okay. Sorry. Save it fast. Hold it long. Save it fast. Show me what you're saving with. DKS. Dog, I'm really starting to like Dick's Sporting Good. Not as a company, but as like a brand. Like, I like going to Dick's Sporting Goods. I don't know what it reminds me of. What was Dick's Sporting Goods before it was Dick's Sporting Goods? It reminds me of, like, dog, I love it. I had to get a basketball. If I want to get shoes. I don't know. I like walking in the store. I don't know. Was it a Sports Authority? Yeah. Dog, I love it. I love it. Yes, dude. Big Five. Yeah, in Big Five. That's what it was. I think, remember in Carmel Mountain in San Diego? Where the Dick's is? There used to be a Big Five or like a sports chalet or something like that. But yeah, bro. I love it. I love it. I just like the store. I don't know how to describe it. I like walking around in it. It's like, I just love looking at everything. I'm such a boomer. Yeah, it's like, and they have nice gear. But, oh yeah, it's a good time. I think their stock is killing it too. Like price-wise, it's a little out of my budget, but it had a nice day. Yeah, it's still up a ton. Yeah, it's like Bass Pro Shop for sports. I've never been in a Bass Pro Shop. I've only looked at the outside, and I was kind of enamored. I thought, ooh. Well, that's the thing I told everybody. I think, how old are you, Mr. Probst? Can I ask your age? I know you're not a lady. I'm allowed, the ladies get mad if you ask them how old they are. But that just means she old. But what? But no, like, how old are you? Because I talked about this the other day, and I do want this to be educational. I'm not trying to shit talk you at all, because I do think, like, the young guys, I learned this when I was young, and I understood it. Just, you have to remember, if someone's offering you a dividend, and that is what is motivating your purchase to give up your equity is more important than your dividend. Do you guys understand? So if you're telling me you get a bit, like you don't get how all of these, that's been the trend this last 5 years. That is how they are extracting a lot of money from the young guys. Or even the mid-age guys, because it's like they're getting you and you're getting motivated to buy things off of these little ass dividends, even if it's a big dividend. But if someone's offering you, like, again, imagine I come up to you right now and then I'm like, hey man, you want to invest in Josh Answers real estate? Give me $500,000, give me $20,000, give me whatever. I'll give you 10% a year. If I'm offering you to pay you a lot of money to give me your money, that's sketchy. That's not a good sign. You see what I'm saying? You got to think about it. Oh, you're 56 putting in retirement? Please don't do it. Yeah, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign at all. Because your equity is more important. Because last thing you don't want to go by the time you're 60, and then if something gets fucked up, you don't want to just get what? You'll get like maybe 40, 50% back and then lose all the equity. And that's if it's paying 10%. But for the young guys especially, I've seen too many. Yeah, that's literally Ty Lopez did that. A lot of people do it, though. Even before Ty Lopez, it's the OG scam. It's just like anything, the higher the yield, the more riskier it should be. You should really do your due diligence on it. But your equity is more important than anything. You don't want to give up your equity and give up capital. And if you're like, oh yeah, if there's a better alternative and a safer alternative, and the difference is receiving the dividend, that's usually a red flag. So I would just buy the Bitcoin, or if your goal is a dividend, I would go buy fucking TAP, dude. I would go buy a Procter & Gamble, or I'd go find something in the middle, and I would rather take the risk on ownership of equity in a company with like a stable ass balance sheet and something that's like heavy cash flow and just, mid to low yield. But, if you want to get like Bitcoin's growth, it's risk. But if the thing that's pushing you and you're on the fence is the dividend on something that's really volatile or even an alternative investment or asset, I'm not a fan. It backfires at this rate. I want to say it's backfired 90% of the time. Ask anybody in here who still hasn't been banned, because I probably had to ban them because they were trying to push it on people. Think about that. How many of you have bought one of these yield max stocks and have made money over the course of 12 months? Let alone the whole duration if you bought it early. Ask anybody. Most of them, 9 out of 10 have failed. Or your equity is down, and now you've got the dividend, and you're like, the dividend's nice when it works, but then once it goes against you, it backfired. And then go compare it. We bought high yield before. I'm not afraid of high yield, but I do understand the risk, because literally you like MO. We have MO at 10%. That's crazy. But then again, we did a lot of due diligence on it and understood why that dividend would be there. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like, every time I ever mentioned MO, I would acknowledge it because there was a real big risk of it. So, yeah. You got burned on MSTY. You asked me, didn't listen. No one's ever made money on trash high yield ETFs. You barely broke even on Beto. Yeah, I mean, some people did. I remember you only made money on Beto if you bought the fucking low. And I know a couple Chads. I know Ciro killed it. So it's back to 2023. It's like if you did buy it at that but then again, I don't know if they even did a split. So the people who bought here last time, they did benefit off of it. But now notice, last time that was fucking Sam Bankman and everything else. And like Bitcoin was at $16,000 and it's at the same price. So now Bitcoin's at 80,000 and Beto's back to the same. So you want the equity. And if you really want to yield, I would go and find something way just not related to an alternative, let alone offering you a yield to hold it. I would just get a good company and, call it a day. But yeah, I just went over this, man. Everybody fucking all of these yield max. That was the wave in the last like 12 to 18 months where everybody was like, oh, you could buy Coinbase with a dividend. You could buy this with a dividend. And then again, a lot of people make noise about it when they're uneducated on it. Like and it was a lot of young guys. That's why I asked how old you are to start this conversation, because it really, like, the young guys get really excited about it, and then they're like, it's the same. They're like, it's just like having a girlfriend, but he has you know what I'm saying? It's not the same. Okay, Nick Fuentes. But the whole idea here is that it's really risky, and it's gonna backfire. So as long as you know what you're doing with it, and you understand the risk, I mean, yeah, go forward. But I would avoid unnecessary losses. If you don't have to, and then especially if you're older and that money means more, like, dude, you're better off buying a fucking house. Go buy a rental property in Indiana. You'll yield if you want a little bit of yield, 4 or 5%. Go rent a property. Go get a cheap one, and then at least you know the equity is gonna hold. But I would prioritize the equity, and then we talk about the dividend. If you could make sure that equity is gonna stay solid, and then it offers a fair dividend. We don't need a crazy dividend, just a fair, adequate one. Now you're in business. But anything else, if it's the equity's not safe, the dividend's high, that's just a recipe. Those are the ingredients for destruction. If you asked me how to destroy something, that's what I'd start mixing in the pan. Jeppy, where is Jeppy? Jeppy this is a little different, but I remember at other times. Yeah, Jeppy though, like, think about it, dude. This was a year of great equity, and there's so many names. Like, again, I don't like these as much. I see the opportunity and I see the appeal, but if you guys are a little bit above the bar and you could understand what this whole conversation, if you could truly understand the risk of what I'm talking about, and then you also have a long term, you've got to see me do it for half a decade here, and I've given you some great examples, and you could just hone in on the good quality names, or even a smaller basket. I would just do an ETF of stocks. Worst case, I would buy an ETF that does not focus on yield. Anybody offering income, yield max, I don't like them. And I didn't like them when they were popular, and I don't like them when they're unpopular, because the truth has remained. The truth isn't going to change. These are a little bit of a scheme, and they're offering you something, and that you are implying, you're implicitly agreeing with it. Anybody offering you money and saying, I'll give you income, you give me your investment, you are acknowledging that risk. So it doesn't mean you should take it. Well, again, sometimes there's exceptions. So, like, you may look at a stock and the dividend may be high, but that is just a warning sign. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just have to know what it means. You need to not get excited by it. That's what happens to most people, is that they're like, wow, I can make 12%. I can make 10, 15%. And you're like, that's awesome. Again, I've seen people get excited by a 20% yield. It's like, dog, that's just going BK in a month, in a year. It's like, the higher the yield, you have to know it's a red flag. But like I said, I've purchased 2 high-yielding red flag dividends in the long term, IRM and MO. We bought IRM when it was yielding 12%. Why did we buy it? Because I said it's a genius business. And I said, listen, I don't think they own real estate. It's data centers and digital, and that's where the future was going. I mean, we bought that before 2020. This was yielding 12%. That's a big risk. But then again, as a company, it made sense. Kept it small. It started going up. We got a little confirmation. We were able to add a little bit more. And then before you know it, that's already returned back most of our investment. But then the high yielder, the equity is going to run. That's not just, it stays the same and we get our money back off divvy. You're better off buying a bond or real estate if that was the case. Again, MO, we were very familiar. Not only is it a heavy cash flow business, everybody smoking stoves and bringing in that money, it's never going to run out, right? But it was going through risk. Why did we buy it at the high yield? Because I was saying, as people were getting worried about it, I read every single transcript. I've gone through all of their earnings. I was very familiar with the company and their balance sheet. And I knew they had at least $3 to $6 billion that they have said that they would be willing to dump to make sure they uphold that dividend. So I knew that bought us at least half a decade. And sure enough, it did. And now they're doing a lot better. Then the rates adjusted. Now some of their debt looks a little bit better now, because at one point it looked like they had only high yielding debt, and now they don't. Now they could still raise capital way cheaper than they have in the last decade, essentially. So that's why we were, I loved it at 10%. And that ended up being one of our biggest positions. So think like that, and I think it's going to help you. And like I'm saying, I'm not trying to keep you guys away from opportunity. I'm encouraging you to really do your due diligence. And if it's a high yield, you don't got to be scared, but you do got to know what that means. And you got to be able to prove that it's not going to clap you. And if you can't prove it to me, that's not going to look good. Because I was, like I was saying, both of those companies that we bought, I had evidence. I could have proven it to all of you. You may have disagreed by the end of it, but a lot of it was objective. So that's all it comes down to. And so don't be worried about it's not as if everything high yielding is terrible, but you got to do it. The higher the yield, the more work you got to do. And then the higher the reward if you're right, the higher the loss if you're wrong. Good talk though, and I hope you stay safe out there. You know what I'm saying? Bow down, bow, 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 down, bow, bow. Everybody, long time. You have one? Well, let's take a look at it. What is it? As long as you're not saying buy it, I own it, I'm doing this, let's see what you got. Let's put a high yielder to the test. I'm down. I appreciate the way you went about it. Everybody, long term, bow, 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 bow. The weed, didn't they fuck shit up with the weed? Didn't they ban hemp everywhere as part of the little shutdown thing? And then, dude, LAR keeps going. Skyworks, XBI. Dog. Christmas. Georgia prosecutor has dropped election interference case against Trump and allies. Sarepta is going up. But yeah, XBI is ripping again. Check again, XLV. Even materials are up. XLV is actually faded. Yeah, someone just stayed pinned. It's a very good lesson. I mean, the sad reality of all of this, though, I have really hammered this point home several times. Again, this is like OG lesson. I think it's in the 2019 song by Uncle Answers, Space Coop. He says, 3 to 7, I manage risk. So this is why it's unfortunate, because like I'm saying, a lot of people lost money just by justifying it. That's what, and people have misapplied this. Or again, I mean, I watched millions of young people and even people at retirement, fall for the propaganda and then go all into these assets. And then, they saw what we do with dividends and other things. And, you take a part of the truth and then it gets very, very perverted. And then, they're like, oh, I just want the yield. I want this. And then they kind of ignore all these other things. And it backfires really bad. It's not a good thing. So this is an OG one. And I think the sooner you understand this, you could carry this lesson for the rest of your life. Because, even 5-6 years ago, as I bring it up to you guys, it's all the same. The times in the present, it makes it feel like, at sometimes it looks like it's not there. And then other times it looks correct, but the truth will remain, and this one has. It is kind of like a financial thirst trap. Call Main Foods. Oh, yeah, so listen, this one may be a high yield, but at least this isn't a fucking ETF. So you get what I'm saying? Like, this isn't like somebody saying food income ETF, right? or we're going to buy food companies that yield and then pay you. This is more along the lines of just, it's a company. Yeah, they're at 10%. Oof. But they're at that all-time high. So I don't like this one as much because of that. I'd have to look into their financials, the payout ratio, because that's another thing. If it has, that's why like UPS and Target, if it has a high yield and it's a really high yield and then something is like changing with the performance, this is what I mean by the due diligence. That's why we look over the payout ratio, because then in that case, if Cal-Maine, if they're already paying out more than that 10% than their profits, that's not gonna stay at 10%. And now you just made a decision at 10 and then that changed. That happened to us with Whirlpool. That was another high risker that didn't do as well, but I think it's near its break even right now. So we have made more on the dividend, but I like this one and I like the Whirlpools because I like the company. So it's like if you could bet, I don't know much about Cal-Maine, I know the brand, but I like betting on the company and the equity with the yield rather than, again, one of these income producing, traps essentially. Where is it? Bow, bow. I like Kraft, but Kraft hasn't done shit in a decade, roughly speaking. I think Kraft, you're just going to get your divvy, possibly. I need to double check where they're at, but honestly, Cal-Maine's payout ratio is not that high. It's 32%. I need to look into this a little bit more. I kind of like it too. As long as I don't see more red flags, that's 10% yield. That's your red flag. I'd have to look into it, but it's already gone. I just don't like the share price. It is down on the year. I don't like how it's up 100% from here. But yeah, it's already past the first check essentially. Let's see their debt. I want to load. Is it US, right? Mississippi. It markets shell eggs to national. Oh, it's eggs? Well. Founded in 1957. Good history. Yeah, but they had a bad quarter because their price to earn, there's something just fucked up. I need to know why they dropped recently, essentially. And we have to be able to look into that. It won't load. I'm trying to see their debt. They haven't issued debt, but they still have repayment of debt on the books. Let me check by the quarter. So they have something they're paying back. They haven't paid it. It's very, very small though. Very, very low interest. Their dividends have been going up. But yeah, so it was about half. That's the highest it's been, but half of their free cash flow went to dividends last quarter. It looks intriguing. I would look into it. Yeah, no, I would keep looking into it. It looks decent. That's it. I just don't like, I think you have 50% downside, but then again, I mean, high divvy is telling you the warning, but again, I don't think this thing is going to go. I don't think eggs are going away. You see, and then it's been around since the 50s. You have to really understand the recent drop and why, because that hurts sales and a lot of other things. Are they a part of the meatpacking investigation? They might be. I need to find more red flags. That's it. Find me the red flags. Because like I'm saying, 10%, the dividend payout ratio is not bad. You're good. Again, there's nothing crazy on any of the debt. They could handle it. They still got good cash too. But you just find the red flags and answer it. And if you can't answer it, run away. But if there's actually a real reason to it, their book value's at 52, so they're still a little bit above. But they do got good cash. What am I missing? All right, man, you're ripping back up. A DOJ, whether Calmaine inspired illegally to fix prices, cases ongoing. So is that could be, it's kind of like a little UNH effect. But yeah, keep looking into this one. It's better than not, though. And it's down on the year, but just still high on the multi-year, and that's your risk. But a 10%, is that 10% yield legit? Sometimes it glitches out. No, the dividend yield says 6.5 on my other one. So E-Trade says 10. It might be 6.5. Because I'm thinking at 10, it starts to get really good. Yeah, it's 6.5, I think. Yeah, man. No, you didn't break the rules. I like it. Like I'm saying, man, as long as you guys aren't pumping on each other, I'm more than happy to go over companies. We just don't need to end the conversation or start it with, I'm buying, buy. This is the only good one. Like I'm saying, as this conversation started with the IBIT, I would like a good discussion, a real, like, analyzing stuff, thinking this is all for the long term. So I'm not really against any of this. Again, I think we got to, scrutinize it and be, have a high standard. But as far as like talking about names in a real genuine way, I am more than happy. Just a lot of people, when you come off pumping, it's not really genuine and it's a different interest. But yeah, I like long term. I like high yields or good yields and good companies. So, and I think some of you got a good refresher on this topic. But yeah, I thought it was at 10. So it's a 6.5 yield. SPY's hitting. Sweet spot. Those one just came back. I had another set. All right, man. You're above the 68.13 now. This is a very good sign. Remember, 68.30, you're going to get a little... Oh, no, you didn't. You're at 68.11. 68.30 will be your next, like, hiccup point. And then, again, if we get past 68.50, that'll be very good. Only been in stocks for a year. All the info. You don't need info. You need action. That's why I get a long term and just don't. If you keep it simple, man, follow along with the long term. Absorb all the info and, protect your money. Because when you protect it, you're going to grow it. Because we have a way to constantly grow it very simply without anything insane. But that's why. So if you protect it and you're able to do that, you make sure you start the clock now once you begin the market. That's why I say for all of y'all, even if you want to trade, you get a damn long term first. I'm not going to let you walk away 3-4 years from now and you're like, oh, I knew about the stock market, I was in it, and I walked away with nothing. No. So that's why it's like you'll pick up on a lot of it, and just, again, protection, good investments. It's really that simple. But you guys live in the world where it's so much easier to get info, access to stocks, access to investments. It comes with there's a lot of good things in this generation for investing, but then the downside, it comes with a lot of bullshit. And if you're not versed in that, there's nothing new under the sun. Most people are falling for just the modern version of the same thing that would wipe people out over the last 50 to 100 years. It's all the same. So that's why you'll pick up on it, and as long as you are wise in that and you don't rush it and make sure you're not rushing, you're still taking action in the long term, 10 years minimum, thinking about all that, it's good to go. Protect your neck, son. When I bought Bitcoin back in the day, what was the criteria? Did you see lots of potential? you like a stock, but it's too speculative. It has nothing to do with Bitcoin. I mean, you could watch my old Bitcoin videos. I have videos in 2016, 2018 on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Especially Ethereum, I bought it because of the invention, because of what it was. Like, I already knew about Bitcoin from back in the day. I bought a lot of it as, once I started viewing it as digital gold. I just had that thought, like, over a decade ago now. So that was the easy one, and it was a lower price substantially. But Ethereum, I was blown away by smart contracts. That's what got me very excited. That's what made me want to invest in it. And I said, yeah, both of those will be here in 10 years. But it's different with stocks. Stocks, you usually know and use them. Most of the best stocks that we have hit and that we own, and we got good prices, they were already big before the stock price got big. You know that? Like Amazon. I made a fucking killing on Amazon. Even Meta, because I was in college and I was like, oh my gosh, the social media. I was a young guy, so I was very hyped. But Amazon was one where I had Amazon for like 10 years before the stock went crazy. I was using Amazon Prime. I was getting the shipping, all of it. So most of the names, like, you want to wait till there's a good confirmation. How do you know it's going to be around for 10 years? You're already using it a lot, or you've already used it for several years. So whatever company you think is the next big thing, I would ask you, is it already popular? Ignore the stock, ignore the price, but is it popular? Like, again, Crocs. Everybody was wearing Crocs before the stock went up. That's a shitty example, but it was there. Uber. We bought Uber recently in the modern era, just a couple years ago. My last purchase on Uber was $20. Why? I'd use the Uber every time. I was using Uber in the beginning days. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, about it. It will be everywhere. So that's the good question, or the good litmus test. Yeah, Meta, Abivi, Botox was popular before we bought it. You see what I'm saying? There's ladies buying Botox 15 years before the stock went crazy. Meta, we already knew. Meta, there's Meta IPO, and then Meta even recently. But again, they're already popular. All right, Spies Ripperoonie and Chattadooning. I made it play free. Down, 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 down. Yeah, I would use Amazon for college textbooks too, bro. I felt like it was the greatest thing. But I had Prime for a long time. When I go and look back at it, it's kind of mind-blowing. ASML and Marvel on the high. I guess Netflix too. That's why I always like Netflix, because I used it a lot. You guys know I'll fucking tell you all about TV shows. But even then, even when it went down, that's why, like, sometimes the best opportunity is when there's something extremely popular, right? And like everybody uses it, and then it goes through a bad period. Like Netflix was the best example, because people weren't talking about it being bad. They were saying, oh, everyone's going to stop using it. It's like, no, they're not. Like, things are pretty sticky if people have built habits around them. DraftKings, that's why I picked up DraftKings in one of them. Oh, I don't think I have always had it in the big account, but sold it. But that one, I used it for a little bit, but I was like, yeah, I could see that was the wave of it. But then again, DraftKings was already popular before the stock. Speaking of which, where's Meta and Netflix? Everybody long term. Bow, 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 bow. Price hiked eggs. Yeah, I'm gonna look more into it. I was really excited at 10%, dude. But yeah, it's on the, it's flashing a little bit. But as long as you could get through those, I think that's a decent one, at least as far as dividends. And eggs are much more stable if you think about it. The prices move around. Because in my mind, though, TAP, that's why I like TAP. I'm getting, 5% divvy? But then it's like, it's already down. But then I do think eggs might be a little more stable than beer. But then again, these are things people will always kind of keep using. Yeah, Tylenol and Kimberly Clark, that already went up a little bit, but at one point after the Kenvue acquisition, that was a big down day. Biggest since the 80s. But that's why I like Procter & Gamble. All right, it's 8:09. We got 20 minutes till Euro close. I mean, you went up a decent amount, man. Above 68, you had a little resistance, and then you're holding up one of the baby momentum zones, but it's a good sign. Rio is reportedly looking to sell U.S. boron business, including the boron mine in L.A. or California. All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom. Follow me on Instagram at The Trading Fraternity. Real Cult News on Twitter. Yes, and I like these conversations, you guys. Real conversations about this stuff. I'm more than happy. A real analysis, and then even understanding the macro financial concepts of how to make a solid investment, dog. So you guys, I love it. You know that, right? And I hope you guys can see, the difference, especially between, pumping and not. And that's why I don't fuck with it. So I appreciate it, man. God bless America.
Are you kind of like seeing a bit more foot traffic kind of gaining ground over consumers' preference for online shopping, perhaps?
Yeah, I'd say, look, overall spending is slowing and so is online, but that's a function of the economy rather than the shift in channel. I think people still prefer to shop online, but I will say we are seeing more people go back to stores, especially the younger shoppers. When I was at the mall last weekend at the release of Wicked, the mall was packed with teenagers. I mean, it was like they were having a party there. So we do expect a lot of kids to be in stores. It's now the trendy hangout spot, and they do drive sales too, especially for the retailers like Abercrombie and Fitch, Hollister, Gap, Old Navy. They do still shop there.
All right. We'll take your word for it. I'm not going anywhere near a mall, dude. Poonam Goyal, senior U.S. retail analyst for Bloomberg Intelligence. She's one of the best. She'll be out there roaming the stores, the malls on Friday, seeing what consumers are doing. Let's get to what is going to be, when it happens, one of the bigger M&A trades in a long, long time. That is Warner Brothers Discovery. It's got an enterprise value of about $90 billion, just to give you a sense of magnitude. And there's 2 or 3 year bidders out there that are looking at this thing. And now Warner Brothers is set to ask bidders to submit a suite of offers, I think by December 1st or something like that. So let's get the latest on what's going on there. And we turn to the absolute best on Wall Street. Laura Martin, she's a senior media analyst at Needham & Company. She's based out there in LA with all that craziness. She knows these companies, all these companies backwards and forwards. She knows the management teams well, the shareholders. She knows the whole deal. So Laura, I guess the question just is one of timing, I guess, at this point. What do you think? How do you think this is going to play out?
Well, they said they want exactly what you said, revised bids by December 1st. They're looking for $30 a share with the hidden threat being, we'll spin into 2 pieces. It's not going to trade. In my opinion, it won't trade at $30 if it is 2 pieces. The whole problem, so it completely restructures Hollywood. If they do the deal, it restructures Hollywood. If they split into 2, it restructures Hollywood. I think the biggest risk is that if Netflix buys the studio, and as you know, Netflix has been a long advocate of not using the window called, theatrical window, I think that could be really bad. I think Hollywood is most worried about that they say they'll continue Warner Brothers' practice of releasing theatricals, but that's like $100 million of marketing for every release. So you can make a lot of streaming content with each marketing budget of a Hollywood, theatrically released film. So I think that might change Hollywood the most. Obviously, if Comcast bought the studio, they don't want the whole thing, they only want the studio. That would put together two huge studios, Warner Brothers and Universal, because Comcast owns Universal Studios. So that would basically shrink the Hollywood business by half. Like they would just lay off one whole staff and keep the best of each position within. So that would really restructure Hollywood also from an employee point of view, probably not from a, like theatrical window point of view. And then Larry Ellison, if he gets it, he wants the whole thing. And the issue is we have an unproven track record of, we have a billionaire financing his son. The son's owned Paramount for 30 seconds and he's unproven. And all he does is spend money on sports so far. That's his big innovation, is spend more money on sports rights and outbid other people. So now he'd be in charge of a $70 billion asset, or like you say, 90 billion if you include the debt. So that puts Hollywood in sort of even bigger risk from not immediately, but because we have a track record of somebody who has no proven ability to actually manage these types of assets.
Yeah, so Laura, as you mentioned, three very different proposals, very different bidders really for this company. Who do you think has the edge here?
My opinion, the edge is with Paramount, because my opinion is that the Washington, D.C. piece, the regulatory piece, is safest with Paramount because Donald Trump is a personal friend of Larry Ellison. They did that TikTok deal together. I think that there is an understanding that the regulatory agencies under the executive branch will not give Paramount a hard time getting this through. I think it'd be a very fast approval from Washington for Paramount to buy the whole thing. So from the point of view of Warner Brothers shareholders, from the point of view of DC regulatory, I think that is the best, most likely deal to close within a year.
So Laura, how about if it is Paramount Skydance, they're going to need a big chunk of equity. And granted, Mr. Ellison has a lot of wealth, but how else would they finance the equity piece?
They're talking about the Middle East. I don't know how much America is going to like that, but they're talking about Middle East financiers, sovereign funds. As you know, for a long time, Paul, these studio assets are very glamorous. There are people that are willing to put money behind studio assets and studio buys. And Warner Brothers, has a lot of real estate, has a massive lot here in Hollywood.
I didn't know that
so you absolutely could get like a real estate bidder to maybe buy the land piece, and then Warner Brothers would sign a long-term lease. So there's creative financings that could come out of other parts of the world, in part because of the glamour and in part because of the actual physical assets that underlie a studio.
So, Laura, what do you think is a good value here for the combined co here? I guess factoring in synergies as well.
So the answer I would say,
yeah, reinvest all the dividends. I think that's one of the best things you could do. That's the other thing about dividends. Once you find a good company dividend and you know how to stay away from the trap, I'm telling you, if you're really going to be holding for 10 years, man, with me, and even if not longer, it's actually like insane. Is it David? I don't know. I think David's the dad and then Larry's the son, or it's one or the other, or it might be inversed. I know it started from money and then led into Oracle and then everything else. But yeah, reinvest all the dividends, because that's how you get so much more. It's kind of crazy. I think, like, again, Abivai, I think we ended up getting like an extra 3% on the yield, and then it grows your dividends, and then it's amazing. I always drip everything. Telling you, this is one of the OG rules as well. From day one, I've always told you guys this, because you're gonna be tempted, and you're like, well, why don't I take the dividend and then reinvest it into whatever I want? Because you're probably not gonna do that. The market is difficult, right? And it's very easy to say one thing and then when the moment's there, not do it. So then if you miss a couple of the key dates, it's very easy to fall behind. So sometimes your dividend reinvestment is inefficient, but especially if the stock ends up doing very good, you don't want to miss that. And then the whole idea, it's just autopilot compounding, And then that's how the income grows. And then like a company like Abivai, we reinvested all of it. The stock goes up 100%. And then they've raised that dividend probably like 30-40% from when we bought it. So that's how you can grow your income. And then that's how this starts to turn into something very, very big over the long run. And then especially if you guys got like stock accounts for your kids, Intel, man, that one's kind of standing out. I mean, the whole market's kind of melting up here, but yeah, Intel. But yeah, if you guys got accounts for your kids, I would make sure all of the dividend stocks are reinvested. Because then that way too, by the time they turn 18, you made it from when they're born, that compounding is gonna, even if it's a small amount, being able to take the money, reinvest it, get more, increase income. Oh man, it goes a long way. When I drip, you drip, we drip. I put my hand on 10%. When I drip, you drip, we drip. Yeah, dividend reinvestment plan. Thanksgiving, baby. You're grateful for the channel, the knowledge, and the veterans who gave us freedom to do this every day. Amen, bro. Praise God. Amen. Appreciation and value. Are they stock concepts or are they Thanksgiving concepts? You tell me. You have to turn on drip on all the stocks, yes. On Schwab, most brokerages, you have to like manually turn it on. But then once it's there, it's automatic. And then every dividend, it will automatically buy the stock. So that way you're not eating. Think about it, the seed. So instead of getting, you plant a tree, it gives you fruit, and then it produces seeds in that fruit. Instead of eating the seed, instead of using it and putting it somewhere and playing the game all over again, you are replanting it. So that's how one tree turns into 5, 5 into 10, 10 into 100. And that's just it's all time. And it's a very, very, again, even MO, our drip, I think we got like an extra 30% off of our drip on the big account. Even on the small account, you'll see it, but yeah, and this is what I'm talking about. So if you don't know what drip is, and SPY's going, I mean, again, I told you some of those SPY plays earlier. So we already got our positioning, big dog. But yeah, I think MO, it's way better on the bigger account when I had the bigger amount before I turned it to the crib. But yeah. So like, look, see, 2019, we buy 2 stocks, and then 0.03, 0.04. These are all the dividends. So instead of getting the dividend, it just goes straight into the stock. Then we buy more stock, the dividend goes up. But like you can notice, you see how like we did end up adding throughout, but 5-6 years ago, you're getting a third of a share in dividend. And now after everything, I mean, it went down because the stock price went up. So look, my last ad, at 43, we're getting 3/4 of a share. 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, and the stock goes up 50%. We're getting a little bit less, but you're adding all the way. So now the dividend goes up, the stock goes up, but now every little 20, 50 bucks that they're giving us in dividend, you're putting it right back into the stock. And then it's going to compound. And this is how, again, it may not be much, but, we replicated this one on 10 times larger. Instead of 2,000, it was 20,000 or 30 at that point. So it goes a long way, but you'll see where it's at in another 5 years. And that's how you could get some good motion. All right, bro. Ripper-rooney, Chattadooney. Ripper-rooney. And like Netflix, you mean understanding stocks? What did you say? What do you think the next innovation in the world of digital currency is going to be? I don't know. I would be careful because a lot of it is at the monetization stage. I saw this earlier today. So, and this could speak to AI. This could speak to crypto. In 2020, Zoom? You guys remember there was a thing called Skype? And then all of a sudden we were fascinated by a thing called Zoom and everybody had to stay home. So Zoom was making like $80 million. And it was trading at like $200. Now Zoom makes over $2 billion a year. And it's trading at $80 or something. I think I missed the numbers. But long story short, do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, so when Zoom was $600 a share, it had $20 million in income. Now it's at $87 a share with $2 billion in income. Do you understand what I am talking about? That's where AI and crypto, this might be a reality check down the line. So Whitest got hit with the cyber attack. Doing this again. So yeah, but I do think it'll probably be a development with like AI and digital currency. But again, you'll know it. Like, it will probably be popular. Like I'm saying, when I bought Ethereum on day 1. I don't know if you guys know that. Or like day 2. So the first or second day Vitalik dropped Ethereum, I was buying it. I made a video. I even had a group of people, some of them might be here today, and I was going over it because that was a new technological development. I've never heard of a digital contract, a smart contract. Again, I was already in options. I like contracts. So that blew my mind. And I said, wow, that's a development. I've never heard or seen anything like it. But Bitcoin was already around for a long time before I started really loading up on it in the 200-300s. So it's just I think the next thing, man, you don't need to be Warren Buffett. AVDL, what's this? Oh, getting clapped. Avidel down 2. Oh, I don't know, man. Are we gonna get one? They're cheap. I'll do it. Oh shit, I fat fingered. It's already bounced. Why? Not eligible for electronic entry? Huh? What the fuck does that mean? Have you ever got this? Alright, well, y'all took it. Dog, I've never had that warning. Avidel? It's foreign, but yeah, my thing just said not available for electronic entry. I was just hearing that thing on calling in. There was a report on how call-ins have increased. You had the same thing on TOS? Yeah, mine's on TOS on that one. Oh, fuck. I missed the 50%. Oh, 500? Oh! Oh, was it a buyout? Okay, that's good. They were protecting you. Well, flip it if it is a buyout. Those doubled up, though. 500 on the bid, 200 on the ask. We would have got one. But damn, that's crazy. What other than smart contracts? No, what do you mean what other than smart contracts? That's what you're not understanding. That didn't exist. Do you see what I'm saying? Right now, everything fucking exists already. So, like, you're saying what other than smart contracts, but like, no, man, you gotta understand. That was mind-blowing at the time. Because I have a video. I sound like I'm a prepubescent child. And I made a 40-minute video on it. And I was blown away. I said lawyers, business, escrow. There were so many things about it that were very, very mind-blowing. Well, those went 300%. So again, if you're buying it at the 30, be careful. I mean, my order would have been at 5 or 10. But yeah, okay, now they've removed the bid. But yeah, it's a buyout. That's why I'm kind of glad they protected it, but triggers, pending news, investigations, issues, volatility, halts. Very odd. But yeah, and then Bitcoin, I mean, there wasn't utility. Bitcoin, it was just digital gold because I had years to watch it react to conflict. So, and then there was other currencies. So I killed it on the China devalue. And I was buying gold. So when I went on my fucking, oh my God, the world is ending. And I was like, oh my God. And I started buying a fuck ton of gold and silver. I also bought Bitcoin because I knew about it. And I was kind of already watching it. And I made some little money on it. But then once I realized, I was like, it's digital gold. And I really fucking bit the apple on that one. And it ended up being nice. But I'll tell you the next one once we see it. Or maybe you will. But it has to be like a real development. That's why I told you guys with Nana Banana, Gemini, even AI. I mean, let me ask you this. You guys don't remember me in the last 2 weeks telling you to get involved in AI? And like AI is leading to a lot of things. And then we were already on AI well before. So I would it's probably gonna have to do with something with AI, but it's what it kind of leads to and develops. But yeah, at that time though, Ethereum, that was a rare case, but it was genuinely new, and it was a technological development. And if you kind of had, you know, knowledge of the space and other things, it stood out. It wasn't popular. It took a while, but yeah, that thing was mind blowing. Waymo drove by in Denver. It zoomed in on my face. I think Waymo is crazy. Bro, you know my girl is up 98% on her Google position. This year, she killed it. And she bought it because of Wayme. That's what she says. She says, I love Wayme. Wayme's the best. She calls Waymo Wayme. It was from that trip, dude. Remember we went to Arizona? And that was the first time we went in that little demon car. But yeah, we were both blown away by it. I ended up at AGI, and she's like, I love Wayme. And then yeah, she bought Google because of that. I know that was one I kind of regret that one. I think we could have picked up some Google. Some of you did. So that one was obviously hindsight. I think Gemini's the real development, but yeah. Wayme. Bro, I just got a brain freeze off my fucking carbo. Woo! Yeah, ETH did get hacked. That's why I don't own ETC anymore. Remember, I moved all of that. Thank God. I mean, I still like ETC. It's the original blockchain of Ethereum, but that helped me get a bag on. I could go buy it back, but I moved all of it and then I killed it on the Trump coin at $1. What do you need to see with Bitcoin and crypto? Well, I don't know. I don't think you're getting it, man. Because it's just, we're talking like 12 years ago, I think, on Bitcoin, like at least 10, but it was a different time and also a different price, you know, like that's why I think it's insane how many people buy Bitcoin at the prices here. But then like, unfortunately, I think you might be getting confused and you're playing this little game with it because right now, you guys are in the monetization stage of crypto, unfortunately. They are monetizing it over and over and over again with all these things, but it's just not the same. It's just not, again, I made this debate at $200, $300 on a Bitcoin. Why don't I own a plane? Why are you so concerned if I own a plane or not? But I don't really travel a lot. If you haven't noticed, I'm live Monday through Friday, so I'll see you there. But yeah, I don't have a plane. I got a lot of cars, but not as many as I used to, but I still have a lot of cars. I like cars. I like wheels. I would let you see the Coinbase account after the last meme run. Did I? I don't know if I did, but I don't think I'm going to show you guys. Again, even this year, the better I do, the worse everybody treats me, both in the stock market and people. I think I need to start getting clapped because that will that brings a lot of attention. But I don't, I'll leave you guys in mystery, because what's it? Without mystery, you get morbidity, says Uncle Chesterton. Blackstone $4 billion deal for McLean Power Systems. Makes you more but there's a lot of Chads doing very well. I've seen your guys' accounts, and I think y'all can relate. And that's the thing too, if that's the case, bro, and if you have done good, bro, don't show anybody. It's gonna make your life hell. People are fucking weird nowadays, man. Like a couple years ago, it was dope, and like people would like vibe, and like they would get inspired, and then they would work hard, and like, but unfortunately, you don't live in that world anymore. Dude, it's the weird. I'm telling you, I noticed it after Trump coin. I told you guys. And then after I went full Trumper and I started going crazy on y'all, and I said, what the fuck is everybody doing? How come nobody want to make money? I don't understand. That's what the fuck would you watch me for? My mission is to make people money. I don't even rug pull, motherfuckers. I ain't doing nothing shady. I kept it real with y'all, and the goal is to make money. And then I tell them the truth about things, and they're like, I'm gonna unsubscribe. And I said, go bet. And then after going on a crazy fucking streak, dude, of supporting Trump, doing everything to make everybody unsubscribe, right? I did so many things that should have made people unsubscribe. Dog, you know what the data shows? They only unsubscribe when we kill it, when I make money. My biggest unfollowings going back to even fucking the first TLT. That's how I got some of my most unsubscribers, was TLT, and then Trump coin. And then every play, the long Jeveron video, anytime we had a crazy, fucked up move, bro, I would get unsubscribers. I support Donald Trump. If I don't support Donald Trump, I could do anything else. Nobody unsubscribed. Again, this whole year, after right when I showed you guys even the 2020 accounts and the comparison, unsubscribe. It's crazy. It's crazy. Because that's not, you guys hear the lessons. That's why I even it's very refreshing to go over the dividends and build in the long term and all of them, bro. And I'm glad, and I like this stuff. It's going to help you. It's going to make you money, man. It's going to build a good future. But yeah, dude, people, unfortunately, I don't know what happened to the internet, because I was on the internet for a long time, bro. People used to follow me because my Ferrari and all these other things, dude. And it's just like, yeah, man, I don't, dude, it's weird, bro. It's weird, man. I can't believe it. Nah, man, it just turned into you make money. Like, even if your content is for making money, you don't, at least for mine, people just don't like it. That was the craziest thing I learned. You just don't understand how I had all this Bitcoin and I saw the potential, but now we're in crypto and there's no insight on who the winner will be. I've answered it. You just don't like the answer. There's no winner, brother. It's done. It's gonna hold up and do its thing, but you're not in the era of making 30 to 90,000%. You just don't like it. So go over this video again and think about it, and you could go back on my other videos. But I think some people get it. I mean, one day there'll be a new, again, wired AI, brother. AI, what's wrong with you? Like, what are you missing? How many times have you heard me tell people about AI and I'm buying these chips and I'm creating stuff right now? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you're stuck. Why are you stuck in the past after the crowd tells you to get in on it? You haven't noticed? Everything I've done was ahead of the crowd, substantially. And that's what made a fortune for me in so many areas, even real estate. I was buying real estate when they told me to go travel, and they said real estate doesn't do shit. I was buying up very cheap real estate. So, and now I would still buy cheap real estate, but I'm not buying the same houses in Cali. I'm not going and overpaying for certain things and then different interest rates. It's a different stage. Avis on the low. So I still think there's going to be winners in crypto, and I think again the ISO 2002 or whatever. There's going to be some changes, but it's not your era of and then especially with all the scammers now and the culture of the rug pull and it's disgusting. You're not going to find they're making more money off of, and I've said this many times. That's why I just don't think you want to hear it, which is okay, but you can't like harass me on it because that's the answer, bro. It's a job to buy Bitcoin now. You know, maybe if Michael Saylor and some of these other people, and if it wasn't institutionalized, you know, you're forgetting, bro. The point of Bitcoin was decentralized. It's not decentralized anymore. Like, do you understand that? So you're asking me what value I saw. I mean, maybe I was an anarchist before it was cool, but yeah, bro, it's there, man. So I don't know. It's just it's a job to buy Bitcoin now. It's not the same as when I invested in it. Do you get what I'm saying? I hope you do, man, because it's a real trippy concept. Oh shit, Walmart? Yo, those old Wally worlds came up. Oh shit, you're in the money. Oof. You have to break out. I want to sell them. I'll sell one. We'll make it free. Yeah, those old Walmarts came back to life. All right, made it free. There is winners now. It is. The next crazy thing is going to be AI. Why? What are you having trouble understanding with that? So I know you want me to say crypto, and then no winners in crypto sounds crazy. Again, it's at $100,000 or whatever. So what are you missing on that? I'm telling you where to look. You are fighting me on it for some odd reason. But I have answered all your questions, and please feel free to go back if you would like. Yeah, Coles, they had earnings and the CEO thing, and then an upgrade. Upgrade! Alright, those spy plays killed it. I did a second set on there. One's in the money, and then the other ones, you can make them free now at 100%. So make them free. Merry Thanksgiving. Banger. So yeah, I got another set of them, but I gave you guys a sweet spot. They're up over 100% now. Well, I don't know if I think I told the stream alerts, not you guys. I gave you guys the play and what to look for if you took it. So let me make one free. All right. Now we can push. If you waited, bro, yeah, you got 300%. I had the shitty one. I made more on the other one, but I only made 200 because I got closer to the money, but it was cheaper. And those Walmarts too, man. Especially at an all-time high. Amazing, Habibti. Oh, wow. PH. Parker Hannafin. XBI. Oh, shit. We haven't done push-ups. It's 13 minutes after Euro closed, though. Oh, that was gassed, baby. Nice. Well, again, I remember I saw yesterday. I had a shitty one that I was looking at, and it fucking gassed. So I was like, I don't know. We learned a little from yesterday. But you were able to keep them small, though, and they hit. But then even small amounts turned up. 68.30 now, so this is level 1. We might get a little resistance here, and then we'll go back for it. Alright, I'm getting rid of another one, and then I still got a couple, and then I'll double dip. Otherwise, I just shot myself in the foot. But I'm fine with that. Anthropic called to testify on Chinese cyber attack. No, did you see that one? Where the AI, they like had an AI at a fake company and it learned how to blackmail people. I think it was Anthropic. But then they taught it like certain hacking to like get efficient. And then, yeah, that's it. Are you mad at me? Dog, why are you so mad at me? What did I do? I feel like I've answered all your questions genuinely, and you seem to be so disappointed in me. Man, is this what it feels like having white parents? Because at least my parents would beat me when they were disappointed in me. So I got the message on the correction. But are you okay, bro? Happy Thanksgiving, man. But yeah, dog, I don't like your, like you said, you're incorrect, unfortunately. I'm not trying to be mean to you, dog. I'm answering all of them. And, maybe this isn't for you because I think maybe a lot of other people might have picked up game and they like the history. And I don't know how long you've watched me because some people have got to watch me do this in real time. Again, I mean, even last time I played with crypto in front of everybody, we turned 50 grand into $500,000. That was in 2020 till 2022. And then I turned it into a crib and made $1.6 million in a month. And that was all documented. But you're saying that we should look at crypto companies the same way we look at Netflix in today's world? That's incorrect. Crypto companies don't make money. Some of them do, but very few, let alone do they make $1 billion a quarter. You're not understanding cash flow. Just because it's new and taken over. The more companies make more money selling it to people like you. That's what I'm saying. That's the problem. So, unfortunately, that's just incorrect. So, I know you don't want to hear that. I think you're already disappointed in me, but, I don't want to ban you. So, let's just... I think you need to go back to this video and go from here because you're not good. You're wrong. You're flat out wrong, and it's not. And now you're even throwing shade for some weird, odd reason when, if you just played along and were kind of paying attention earlier and you weren't late to the party, you wouldn't be acting like this. It's for real because I don't get what you're tripping on and what's so hard to understand. You're telling me crypto projects and then you're comparing it to when I did it at $300 and you're trying to make a case that it's like Netflix. Yeah, you're losing me, dog. You're losing me heavy. So I don't want to keep going back and forth with you. If you noticed, everybody else today, we've had great conversations with real learning. So if you're not gonna do that, then go somewhere else, brother. But yeah, actually, the more I keep explaining it now to you, I'm kind of already getting fed up. So you might have exhausted all your Josh patience. Okay, you're not chilling. You want to see your chat facts? Actually, no. If I go through your chat facts, I'm gonna ban you. So I'm gonna try my best to be nice to you. But That's only because of the grace of God. I'm not a nice person. If I am, it's because God wanted me to. So please don't lose all your money, okay? And be safe. And you're giving off the vibes that some of the guys in here who are now on the locked in, where they were like, Josh told me this, and I didn't listen, and I did this. So do you have a long term? How does your long term look right now? How does your stock long term? And do you have more money in crypto than the long term? Because that's what it sounds like. But crypto and companies that do not make money are very different than the long term. And before I owned Bitcoin, I still had a long term. You're a kind dude, not nice. Huge difference. I think I agree. It's the New York in me, even though I'm not from there. You know, I'll help you not get wrecked, but I don't, you know, some of y'all, especially you got little attitude, I got more attitude, okay? And, you know, I'll try my best, but fuck off, dude. Yo, what y'all think this is? That's it, man. I would look ahead. I think AI, for all of y'all looking, I said this weeks ago, the next opportunity for like a 90,000%, it's going to be some AI related shit. I'll know it when I see it, when it's more widely accessible, but if you have the ability to fuck around with it now, I think you'll be onto something. Yeah, it was Claude chose blackmail. Yeah, you see that, bro? That was a crazy one. It was a little thing. You hear quite some time every hour. Okay, do me a favor. Can you email me all of your long terms? And let's put that to the test. You know, just like the blockchain, right? Let me verify the blockchain. So if you've been here every day for almost 8 hours, let me verify. Send me a Schwab, a Fidelity, a Robinhood. I would love to see your 10% saved and purchases. And then that's the way we could put it to the test. Otherwise, I'm going to be very disappointed, because I've had people with both attitude like you and no attitude, and they say they watch, but then they only watch and then they miss the real point. You know, this whole conversation started with dividends and IBIT and understanding it for good investments. So let's put it to the test. Intel says there's no reason to believe any merit to TSMC allegations. They have policy against third-party IP. Massive action. I'll be waiting. My email is tradingfraternity@gmail.com. Only for Matthew. Nobody else, please email me. I know someone's be like, Josh, this is my long term. Well, in a weird way, you're showing me you don't listen to. I only want to see Matthew's. And then that way. Otherwise, I'm not going to continue talking to you, Matthew. You need a long term for that. I don't know what that Intel headline is. Something with TSMC. USTR extends 178 China 301 exclusion until November 10th, 2026. Boeing and banks. Oh, no, that's not. I thought that was KRE. Even then, banks are up. Cintas. They filed a lawsuit against Wei Zhenlo, claiming he violated non-disclosure. Oh. Nice. You hear the bells? It's beautiful. You really didn't make over 10%? Bought some land for your business and took profit about 4 weeks? Well, send me it. Let me see a long term that good, because I have one. So look, I bought a farm. This is how my account looks. See what I'm saying? And then you could tell and then again, I tell everybody not to buy the land. That's probably why. But send me the long term. I want to see it. Otherwise, this is already going south, brother. So I think we're gonna have to, how about I'll do this? I'll save your channel, and I will unban you once I get the email of your long term. Till then, you have exhausted all time. So thank you for shopping at Stock Market Live. But yeah, I have your channel up, so I could unban you. I'll keep it as a tab, but I need the long term. You email me the long term and prove this, I would love to take this serious. Otherwise, you are making a big mistake that a lot of people have made. You are arguing or trying to look for the big one, but you're missing the benefit of compounding. And then remember, I don't think you should buy land. I ask anybody in here. I think you're better off buying a structure on real estate. So, I can't say that that's what you were supposed to do. Oh, no. Yeah, you're going to end up hating me. I could already... Yeah, you didn't email... You emailed me for an investment proposal. So, yeah, usually anytime I don't respond back to those, people end up turning really weird with me. So, after all of this, man, I just hope that you... Trust me, you'll do a lot better. Stop buying the hype, man, and get a long term. Okay? And, actually run it like that, and you'll be good to go. But that's what happened with one of the other people. Remember I told you guys that a year or two ago? And I look back to it and I'm like, I find some of the biggest haters and I'm like, why are they so mad at me? It's usually that if I don't invest in their shit. I don't invest in anybody. It's sad too, because this year I'm not helping out anybody this year. Believe me. It was hard for some of them because some Chads I really wanted to offer assistance, but I can't get in anybody's way. And I think that's what I'm saying, because if we could just gradually follow these things, I could make sure you will never need anybody's help. But unfortunately, it's we can't abandon some of this stuff, and then I can't bail people out of certain things. And quite frankly, I don't want to get too involved in companies where people will view me as a friend, because those are the worst businesses for me. So either way, you send me the long term, I will unban you, but I could already kind of see how this is going, because you said you emailed me and I looked it up. But yeah, so I already know. But then again, you guys, this is why I've been banning everybody, and this is why I've been so direct with people, because if you're watching me for that long and you're telling me you're watching every day, but you're not getting the 10%, you're taking principles and then bending them and moving them around, or buying real estate but buying land, not buying a house, trying to say buying crypto, not buying a stock, all of these things, bro, it's just not gonna work. I think you're wasting your time, because I'm not gonna change, and I know what works. And you may disagree with me and you could get it another way. I'm not against that, but you don't need to watch me for that long, and because it's gonna confuse you or get you angry, probably. Okay, no, he said he didn't want an investment. Yeah, he said he wanted a partner to refer him stuff for real estate or for painting. But yeah, man, send me a long term. Other than that, I'm not vibing. And then, no, why did you do? I'm blocking the other email. If you've been banned, I'm not unbanning you. And I said, don't send me a long term. So just because you sent me a long term when I asked not to, now I have to block your email. So that wasn't for him. That was for someone else. So please stop doing that. Okay? I'm saying, you guys, we got to move on. I've been like this all year. And I keep getting a long term. Maybe one day I'll unban people, but hitting up my email and doing that is not going to change anything. Well, that's what I'm saying. If you learn, bro, it has to show. And I really do hope y'all got something there, man. So one day you're going to say, Josh, you helped me. And I'm going to say, prove it. All right, man, prove it. The dude kind of killed the vibe for a little bit. I mean, I think I control the vibe, so that just sucks. But, I mean, it is what it is. It's fucking Thanksgiving. Now you have to ask me a good long-term question. You know, I have ADD. I can move on real quick. Yeah. But that is the vibe. I mean, dude, it is the one of the main things this year. I'm very thankful for this year, bro. And I'm saying it's just not. I would rather be direct with all of you. And like I'm saying, as much as I would love to spend time with all of y'all, and I like, the chat used to go really, really fast. But, dude, what's the point of, like, listening if we're not using it? And then especially, like I'm saying, this started with me even telling y'all, man, bro, those of you who, because some of you did very good. And I'm glad because you did watch me to make money and you did listen to these principles and rules and applied them. So I'm very glad. I really, really am. And that's what I'm saying, though. Like, dog, the world is so weird right now. I would just keep doing good and keep it to yourself. Don't get involved in anybody's business and don't show them what you're doing in that way. Help people out. You could be kind. You don't got to be nice, but yeah, you do got to be, it's just the modern world. I mean, things have changed a little bit, but at the other point, I think you get into your AI and you'll see, man. I know, dude. And that too, you want to know what else is about XBI. So this was a great play. And that was my Christmas gift to you. Make it free though. If you haven't made it free, it's holding like a solid 100 and change on there. So the Christmas gift is free now, so you can't say I didn't get you anything this year. We served that one up super easy. I made it very clear, and that was for everybody. So if you did want to play, that was it. Satan, hold on, buy a crib, that's that. One God, one King, one way. That's that. What time is it? It's only 9. We haven't even gotten into philo. I like the fucking dividend conversation though, and and we got a fucking daily. What the fuck? And I like the I don't know. What was the other one? Calmain? I like that. I like looking into that. So I look forward to seeing some more red flags and answers. Now it's stuck in my head. One God, one King, one way. That's that. Yeah, some food place. Pizza. It is. The market is going to be closed, but we are going to be live tomorrow. So we'll be live at like 10 a.m. When did we start last year? Was it 10 a.m.? It's going to take me time to... How do I cook a ham? I've never cooked the ham. I've only cooked the turkey. Oh, the silver months ago? That was a good one too, man. I sold those early. But silver, we got in on those really nice. That was a crazy year too for silver. Speaking of which, ham is already cooked. I don't have a smoker. My brother-in-law has one. I gotta go pick it up. He says he doesn't use it, so I'm like, run it, bro. Did any of you go to Destination Smokehouse or no? Because I kind of want oxtail. You remember last Friday, bro? I was just munching on oxtail. And then Pepsi and Staples still. And then PG now. Again, Walmart too, bro. I can't believe those came dead to alive real quick. Holy fuck, dude. Why did you email me this, bro? I don't want to, like, do you want me to talk about it? Or, like, what did you do? I don't know if you're banned. You might be banned, huh? Is that why you can't say anything? Who just emailed me the fucking loss? That's disgusting. But still, man. I mean, I do hope, like, I'm glad you have rentals. And we can, bro. If you guys touch good money, bro, you can make sure you solidify it, but it really is easy to break all the rules, man. And I honestly, you all need to take responsibility. And that's why I'm saying, bro, it's like if you watch me and you're just not listening and you're listening but not doing it, it's going to hurt you. But it's like, I think you need, it's all about you. You got to take your own responsibility. But like, it goes to what I was just saying, bro. We live in a really weird world right now. Okay, like everybody is fucking insane, and it's okay. I'm still very hopeful, might I add. That's why I think we got a revival on our hands, and you'll find the good people, you'll find the goodness in life. But it's like, dude, it's just you guys have to This is I've been saying this stuff all year as well. It's just like, bro, it's straight up like there's propaganda everywhere. And I know it sounds crazy to keep saying that, but I don't know. I hope some of what you've seen us do makes you real. Like, it's not crazy. Like, which one of us is crazy, dog? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people get mad if we do good. Like, it's just not, like, the craziness, dog. It's just so, like, you are getting, like, people get hyped and people will make things their personality, and then they get, the media hypes them up with incorrect stuff, and then people just get like hyped, and then you guys are even then, think about it. I could ban everybody and make my own echo chamber, but it's to get away from the echo chamber. That's the crazy part. It's deeper than rap, because like, dude, like, think about it. The yield stuff, the crypto, even then the shit on the market, the Bitcoin treasury, and all these different little scams, the dailies, you name it, bro. And like, yeah, you could dabble in certain things. I've dabbled in most of all of these, but it's so different now, man. And people are very like, there's just a lot of propaganda, and it's gonna fuck with your emotions, and it's gonna get you fucking emotional. It's like, and it leads to this where it's like, I could even straight up tell you exactly what's gonna happen, and then you saw what happened during COVID. And then you just hear a bunch of one area that's what's popularized is not good for you. Like, can I just simplify it? Can that be the easiest way to say this? And that's why I hope we do see a good revival. But like, do you understand? Like, the things that are, this is like what my parents would tell me. And like, it seemed like it was incorrect when they told me because it was so long ago. But especially right now, man, it's like what's popular is not correct. And what's popular is probably going to hurt you. And like, for real. And like, at the end of the day, you are Uncle has this in a song. He said they ain't chewing what you choke. They ain't shitting what you eat. They ain't chewing what you choke. They handed you the chair, then they handed you the rope. That's what Uncle says. And that's facts, dude. You get what I'm saying? Bro, especially now, it's insane. Because just because everybody's doing it, man, it don't mean like, in the stuff you're going to hear over and over and over and over again. Or when they tell you the right thing, they tell you it too late. That's another thing we've documented very well this year. Right? Now they want to tell you about, look at the fucking spy. Now you want to tell me about tariffs and inflation and deflation and all these things. What the fuck? So it's just like, you guys are the ones chewing it. You are going to be the one that eats it. If you choke on it, you have to take responsibility. But that's why I'm telling you, don't eat it because they're all eating it, bro. Watch your appetite. You see what I'm saying? Guess what? You eat the Takis and shit everywhere and your butthole's on fire. The guy who told you to do it doesn't feel it. You see what I'm saying? Or maybe he already went through it and he wants you to feel it. I don't know what it is. But do you get what I'm saying? So just be like your mind is the answer. And if you have enough sense to understand me right now, you still have a lot of hope. And you could still turn everything for your favor and use your mind. And this was all just the setup for you. And you got to learn it firsthand so you could turn it into something big and real. But like I'm saying, you need to think. Just like Jim Rohn said yesterday, you need to come to your own conclusion. But stop going off of the popularity. Stop going off of the crowd. They're gonna fuck you up. And that's clearly what's happening all around. So, yeah, man, I hope you guys are wise. In the end times, good will be called evil. Evil will be called good. I know, dude. It's crazy. You know, that's funny. You said society is looking for a one-shot. Right? They want to skip everything, get the easy play. I heard this the other day. You know when Jesus was with the devil and he took him up to the top of the mountain and he said, I'll give you power. I'll give you this, right? And then he told Jesus, all you got to do is jump. Jump and save yourself. And I'll give you all of it. It was that moment that Jesus said that's the temptation, not the other stuff. When the devil offered him everything else, he didn't say that's the temptation. He said the jump. You know why? That's a one shot. Think about it. Because think if Jesus jumped off a building and saved himself, all of them would have believed in him. In one shot, that's it. No crucifixion, no cross, no story, no nothing. Boom. Jump off, they'll all follow you. Easy. That's the one shot. So yeah, I agree. That's the temptation. Nothing else. You see what I'm saying? You think the power, the girls, the money, you name. Nah, fuck that. It's the one shot. It's trying to get it without the crucifixion. Trying to get it without any of the continuity, the history, the foundation, the meaning. That's what it is. So yeah, I agree. I just heard that and I was tripping at that. That's the temptation. The Jesus on the beat so I could listen to it. Yeah, the 40-day fast. Out of all of it, it wasn't the 40 days. It was that jump off. Think about it. How many of them want you to jump off? They just want you to jump off the bit, one shot, go. It's the same thing, man. They'll believe. If you save yourself, avoid all the work and everything else, that's it. That one song's only on, what's it called? That song's only on SoundCloud. Is it gonna make me play the ad? Oh no, it's not. Alright, nice. I'm gonna try to get it on Spotify. Jesus. Praise God. I'm on Instagram. I became it. It's a call, baby. Hey. Yeah. If we talking plays, yeah, I'm in there like swimwear. I've been there, I've done this shit for 10 years. You could have it all, but you been scared, big scare. Funny part, there wasn't even risk there. My thoughts been my own, yeah, I've been clear, no fear. Oh dear, who you trying to control here? My God is the weapon, I ain't boasting. Nah, it's done. Daddy said it's finished, made me in his image, but that always made me timid. Wonder why we different, don't you ever get it twisted. It's the only way we get it, set apart from the start. And the heart isn't ours, it's a hippie with the love, but it's David with the sword. I want peace, so that means you gon' kill me if it's war. Nietzsche, Trotsky, can't beach on the arc. Want it easy or hard, want a genie or a god, then believe me, lil' bro, you a child, you a son of the highest in above. Don't deny it, we don't like it when they tell us who we are. I can tell you who I was, I can tell you who he is. I can make another song that's telling y'all about the crib, but for a second, keep it real. It's not the reason they will kill, it's the freedom in believing. They want death to bring the will. But I'd rather have it now, and I ain't never backing down. Lion gonna eat me or turn his ass around. Either way, I will remain up in his name and say it proud. Here, let's say it now. Jesus. I put Jesus on the beat so I could listen to it. I got reason to believe that we living in it. You could say it's one hell of a decision in it. Ay, if we talking plays, yeah, I'm in swim where I've been there. I've done this shit for 10 years. You could have it all, but you've been scared, big scare. Funny part, there wasn't even risk there. My thoughts been my own, yeah, I've been clear. No fear, oh dear, who you try to control here? My God is the weapon, I ain't boasting. Amen. My thoughts been my own, yeah, I've been clear. Oh dear.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. To Harper's mom,
Ziggy tells us to buy gold. That's it, bro. All you gotta do, come to your own conclusion. That's it. Most of the things I thought of at the time, people weren't agreeing with me. I don't think some of you were agreeing with me. So it's good though, bro. It's tough, but once you learn how to do that, bro, it's a blessing. Believe me. You will be misunderstood, but what do you want? Do you want friends? Do you want to be accepted, or do you want success? Unfortunately, as hedonistic as it might sound, I wanted the fucking success, brothers. And I still do. So, unfortunately, you're gonna have to decide. And that will do a lot for you. Where is it? I need to find that one. Oh, see, I give them hope, but I can't think shit in what you eat, they ain't herb. I don't really think you woke. They handed you the chair, then they still think they broke. Pick a different verb, I don't really think you woke. They handed you the chair, then they handed you the rope. They ain't shit in what you eat, they ain't chewing what you choke. They're really trying to kill you, this is not a trope. Praying for my downfall, see, I give them hope, but I can't have you around, we are not equal yoked. That's it, bro. That's it. They really trying to kill you. This is not a trope. Praying for my downfall. See, I give them hope. I love that. Oh, man. I love that song. Wait till you hear it. You'll see. It's a good one. It's a good one. Oh, let's go, baby. I don't know, dude. You should put your games on there. Why don't you do that, Tim? You should put your games on it. Do it on the bet whatever. I think that'd be funny. There you go. That could be your test site, and then we'll see. You could put a couple ads on it, turn it into slick charts. Why don't you put slick charts on there too? Actually, now that I think about it. And then gold is coming up. I don't know if silver's running with it. Yeah, silver's already just ripping. My goodness. Dude, I still have a bunch of silver bars. I don't know what I'm ever going to do with it. Maybe I'll need it for AI development one day. What's that? Hold on. I don't think I can do that. Do you know what this is? I'm sure I'm losing money with every tick. How come it doesn't? Order! Order in the long term! Order! Order! Is that copper? It's the... I'm banging it against the bell. I think I just destroyed all the value. That was the bell. It's like, I think it's copper. That was copper on silver. It does not sound pleasant now that I think about it. Like, I love this one, bro. did? I didn't get that one, dude. Why did they, bro? Well, you fix my fucking computer, and then Google's like, fuck him. Oh, I'm gonna, let me see it, bro. Site won't want it. Timothy Whitman. Oh, there it is. Yeah, they threw you in spam, dog. That's crazy. I haven't ran the program yet, but this is fucking insane, dude. Buy equities. But wait, I don't see the... Yeah, bro, hold on. I don't see the site. Oh, yeah, bro! All right, let's... Yo, dude, this is crazy. Can you make it? Can you make it with an account? Can you do it where like people make an account? Cause like, how can it won't save the progress, will it? Yo, this is insane. You want me to show them? Or maybe we should wait on this one. Dog, this is crazy. Yo. And then how does it, do you use a random number generator to like do the events? That's hilarious. Here, I'll show them a little bit. Dog, make it where we can make accounts on there. Because I want to play it, but I want to save my fucking progress, dude. Like, come on, dog. I need a checkpoint. Remember I told you Tim was... I was just telling Tim to, like, do some of this. But he made, like, a fucking... You guys know the game Mafia Wars? Oh, hold on. You guys... Yeah, you guys know the game Mafia Wars? Alright, I'll show him. Yeah, Tim made one. This is what he already made with his AI. Look at this. So you could pick it's just like it's like turn-based game. Yeah, from like the old Facebook. And then you could the stock housing crash, tech boom, and then you start your hood rookie, location Cayman Islands. Yeah, bro, this is hard. I want an account though. Dog, I need an account. Let us save our progress. So yeah, dude, this is just a basic flash game. Let's see, should we get one? Equities order filled. Yeah, look at this, bro. This is insane. Fix the math. Yeah, try to make sure it's like, because even then for the predictions, like you just got to use like a random, you have to assign like a probability essentially. And then just every day would run the analysis. Oh, there isn't look back options, no. But this is hard, bro. Yeah, so it's all fake. It's like a video game. Like you guys know the game back in the day, Mafia Wars, where like you would buy like drugs and like you would do like you would become like a boss and then like it's just like that, but stocks. I love it, dude. This is a lot. This is crazier than the first the first iteration. Yeah, bro, this is insane. Yeah, bro, we all used to play this. That was just all stocks. But then, yo, if y'all play this more than your long term, I'm gonna slap you. The location is random. You should make it that once you unlock like certain assets, or you could buy like a jet and change location. But we need an account. Yeah, it's like Oregon Trail for stocks essentially. Yeah. No, it's a game. It's not real. It's just a video game. So it's just like you've never played Mafia Wars? Like you would start as like a henchman, and then you would like buy and sell stuff, and then you get to use like money in turns, and then you'd have to wait a day for it to reset, and then you keep working your way up. Cayman has all predictions. London. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, I like it. What about farmland? I like this way better. Look at that, bro. Fucking what? 2 weeks, Tim? That's what I'm talking about, Tim. If you need I'll get you a Gemini Pro, bro. If you're doing all this on the free credits, that's insane. That's way, way nice, bro. Very impressive. And then I don't know. I like the old HTML feel of just like these like games like that. I don't know. It's really cool. Cattle Stellantis JV says CEO can't confirm how many Chinese workers will work at Aragon. You got mugged. Oh no, yeah, what happens? You should do like Robinhood AWS outage. All options expire at 0. But right before, the value has to skyrocket, but then it won't let you sell. Fail to pay taxes. All on free credits. Well, dude, I'm down to invest, Tim. I'm down to invest. I'll either PayPal it for you, or I'll get you like a fucking, I don't know, maybe I'll just get you an Amex. Or I'll just get you a Visa card to start, a little prepaid one. I love it, dude. Keep going. You're gonna fuck around and create something crazy. I think you like the games, though. I think you can, I think Tim could do some crazy software. I think Tim has the ability to make a crazy software company. Or even for some of you guys who run your own businesses, you guys might need Tim if you ever have technical difficulties. But I think he likes the games, and that is impressive, though. And they're creative ideas. And then remember I was telling you, bro, like there's an era where you could bring back the old. That's what I like about the future, is a lot of the old shit is just gonna come back. I mean, there is nothing new under the sun, my friends. Nothing new under the sun. You know that? Don't get me started. Self-contained. It's a good approximation. It is, man. I'll play around with it. But like I guess I just won't turn it off. Cause I want to see how it goes through I want to play like a week of it. Or like go through a week at game time. You're a software dev? Yeah, but I don't know you. I don't trust anybody. I trust Tim a decent amount. Tim has been like last guy who was like, I'll help you with this. He ended up rug pulling everybody on E. coli token. He seemed helpful in the beginning. I didn't ask him for much. But yeah, but Tim is being pretty solid here for about half a decade almost. So it's good sign. That's why reputation will go a long way. That's like the whole AI thing. We live in a world. Your reputation is more. Trust and verify and accuracy. It's going to go a longer way. NVIDIA, the hardware, Google, Apple data. Apple can make an impulsive move. Oh, wait, why are you putting a strike price, brother? That's sad. That's sad. You were doing good up until there. So you did so good up until there. But yeah, I like the topic though. I think Google even has hardware too in a weird way, but they still need to buy it in an odd way. They're kind of like the Brabus of NVIDIA chips, if you think about it. But yeah, no strike prices, you guys. You could have a good idea, you could share it. I mean, I gave you guys a good idea on the dailies at a good time today, but even then, I don't want them to be pumped. Well, stay involved, man. If you guys got these skills, stay involved and uphold your reputation here, and I would love to get you guys involved in wherever, or even again to be able to help the other Chads. But like, think about what I just said. Like, Tim has helped me with stuff to the point where, like, if you guys have like companies and you have software and other like just technical stuff, I think I could genuinely reference Tim to you because I've used him. And like, yeah, the guy's accessed my fucking computer, like, and he didn't fucking rob me or steal my crypto. So yeah, I guess, but but at the same time, he's been around for a while, and I think he's upheld it very good. So that's what I'm looking for, and I think that goes the longest way. So, not saying you're a bad person, I just don't. If I don't know you as well, I would like for you guys to get involved in that way, and yeah, uphold it and let it be known, man, and it'll go good. Going back up. Oh, we should do a push-up, bro. I need to do this spinny thing. My shoulder is tight, dog. So yeah, man, stand up and do a push-up if you haven't. I got one, bro. Do you know where you put your hand upside down on the wall and then you look the other direction? You guys know what I'm talking about? It's a really good stretch. Fire in Hong Kong. Dude, I saw that, man. Even Xi Jinping said something about it. On. I think you can do a lot more. You did good so far, bro. I haven't had one fucking ever since Tim fucked with it already. It was kind of a simple fix, but it just fucking it hasn't crapped out yet. But yeah, do your push-ups. Spy's going, what's on the hot ticker? That's Ethereum. Ethereum and Bitcoin. 147? No way. I thought it was like 7. That's actually nuts. All right, man. Do a push-up, though. I'm moving around.
It's been a series of fits and starts. It looks like the momentum is beginning, and then the momentum trails off, and you end up and you find yourself in a different place. Let's take Amazon and put it off to the side. Let's take Tesla and put it off to the side. I'm talking about the airlines. I'm talking about a lot of the apparel names that you've mentioned previously. The only places right now that it seems to be working is in off-price. So TJX, really good. Ross Star, really good. But then you hear from Burlington the other day, and we own Burlington, and it was awful. They're talking about warm weather impacting traffic. So it's, you know, the warm weather is okay for TJX at Burlington, not okay. Rather, it's good for TJX and for Ross Star, not for Burlington. So it's very, very idiosyncratic. It's very difficult to kind of establish any degree of strong momentum. We've got it right now in eBay. You have it in Las Vegas Sands. It fell apart in Ulta. It fell apart in Williams-Sonoma. Garmin was a name I talked about frequently. DoorDash was a name I talked about frequently. And the momentum's reversed there. Very, very difficult to play momentum in consumer discretionary.
You know, we got to go, but really quickly to your point and Weiss's point, not about his jacket. Did you realize that TJX has 4 times the market cap of Target? Just kind of speaking of that shift. It's kind of a big shift in the market when it comes to retail. All right, we do want to get to the headlines right now. Christina Partsinevelos is standing by with the very latest. Christina.
Thank you, Frank. Well, Israel handed over the remains of 15 Palestinians today after Hamas returned a deceased Israeli hostage just yesterday. Now, just 2 deceased hostages remain in Gaza, meaning the first phase of a U.S.-brokered ceasefire is nearing its end. A Hamas spokesperson said the militant group is committed to recovering the remains of the final 2 hostages, but efforts have been complicated by the widespread destruction of the enclave. A federal appeals court upheld a nearly $1 million penalty against
TJ Maxx is 4 times the market cap
today.
Of Target. That's unreal.
A unanimous panel found their 2022 lawsuit accusing Hillary Clinton, former FBI Director James Comey, and others of a conspiracy linking his 2016
Holy
campaign
crap! It is.
lacked merit and was frivolous. And the Olympic flame was lit today in Greece, so it could begin its journey
that kind of makes me like Target even more.
Winter Games. The ceremony was
that's crazy.
Bad weather.
But then I get the TJ Maxx appeal. Have any of you? When was the last time you went to TJ Maxx with your girl?
300 towns ahead of the February.
Because my girl loves TJ Maxx. She loves all of them. Marshalls, and like she's not American, bro. The moment she discovered that shit, dog. Oh, it's kind of hectic. I went with her once. I was like, this is crazy. She's like, no, you look through it. Look. It's it's a deal. Oh. I'm like, why? You didn't even need a fucking light up LED cup. Why are you, but it's 90% off. Yeah, bro, nah. Holy shit. There is a Lioness Destination Smokehouse. Straight up, though. Uh-huh. Yeah, bro. I didn't... That's crazy. Bro, I kind of like Target more, but... Because I think Target's everywhere. But, like, no, dude. What do you mean it's fucking 4 times... Target is a quarter of the size of TJ Maxx. Their whole business is selling what Target can't sell. I guess that makes sense. Target buys it first. And then they're like, yeah, this doesn't sell good. We have too many of them. And then they're like, we'll buy your fucking old shampoo. But it is good. My girl will literally go and get like face shit. She'll get like cosmetics from TJ Maxx because if it's cheap. Because they have some shit that like at the stores will be like $80 and then they'll sell it at 20. But then like, and that's what she'll be like, no, just wait till it goes to TJ Maxx. You know that? I even wanted to buy like some things last week. My girl wouldn't let me. She's like, no, it's gonna be Black Friday. You know that, bro? These non-Americans, they love Black Friday. Because they still think it's like back in the day. But, yeah, dog. TJ, I did not know that. That's a really fun fact. It hits the hunt and gather parts of our brain. They say it's called, on the conference call, they call it treasure hunting. That's what the company actually describes it as. TJ Maxx calls it treasure hunting, because that's what people do. They go there and they just hunt for treasure. So you get the people who want something for cheap, and then you get the people who want to hunt. And then imagine the people that go there for something that they want or need, and then they fucking stumble across some treasure. And then the ads, it's like they get to upsell just by people finding a deal and finding something. So it's like, and then think about it. You probably saw something on TikTok. You'll one day find it at TJ Maxx on a discount. And then people are like, yep. I remember TJ Maxx. People used to make fun of us. I used to get all my clothes from TJ Maxx and Marshalls and Ross. But I did not know they were this fucking size. That's like insane. So why is TJ Maxx as big as Pfizer? Like what? Dude, is it bigger than Ulta? Yeah, bro. It's almost 10 times bigger than Ulta. What the fuck? That's phenomenal. That doesn't make any sense. Vanguard to buy more gilts as UK budget calms investor nerves. Holy Home Goods. That's part of the same. I hate Home Goods. Dog, did I tell you my Home Goods story? I'm never going back there. It's a good store, but I fucking hate it. Did I tell you what happened last time I went to Home Goods with my girl? Oh my dog. I'm like going through these aisles, right? And then there's this like old lady. In the aisles, it's so small. This is like a small ass shop, right? And it's just like, it's so narrow, filled with fucking deals everywhere, right? And then I like keep going through this aisle, and then this lady, I'm like, oh, excuse me. I like was in her way, this old lady. And I didn't want to get in her way, and I felt bad, right? And I would like move out of the way, right? After the second time, I was like, this bitch following me, trying to do, like, and she would smile and smirk. Like 7 times, I literally got up and went to the car. I said, I'm fucking out of here. This lady was just following me around. I would go to the corner of the store to like get out of the way, bro. And this lady would like fucking wheel her ass up to me with her little cart. Just old lady, bro. And just like, are you gonna move? I'm like, oh my gosh, dog. No, bro. No, I was getting harassed. You have no idea. It was terrible. I literally left. I found my girl. I gave her the car. I said, I'm out. I'll be in the car, bro. Fuck all this, dog. Nah, she was playing a game with me. This lady was fucking with me. Just once she knew I was like aware, and once she knew I was like, oh, my bad. I don't want to be in your way. My bad. She started doing it on purpose, bro. Oh my gosh. Dog, I've never been back. I'm never going back there. It was too small and fucked up, dude. And that lady was just, I was like, I'm not doing this, man. I'm not doing this. Yeah, the moment I showed weakness, bro, she dominated me. It was terrible. Dog, she was like 70. It was like, it was crazy. Apple challenges India antitrust penalty. Face up to $38 billion in fines under new laws. Jeez. Yeah, bro. Bro. It was so bad. I told this to my girl. I was like, you didn't notice this? Lady kept following me. And then I would go to like different parts of the store to get out. And she would like track me down and would keep doing it. I would like get out of her way. I'd be out of the way for like 2 minutes. And then she'd come around and do it again. And then do it again. Then I'd move. I went to the corner nobody was at. And she bitch find me. I was like, no, you have no idea. I don't know if that would have worked, man. Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible. Oh, bro, I hated it. Bitcoin's still going, man. You guys have no idea. It's terrorism. Bitcoin's ripping. Hi. From the long term. And then, yeah, dude, if you're on locked in and you're banned, I can't unban you. I don't want to. You could still take advantage of locked in by listening, but the whole talking thing is a privilege, you guys. That goes for both chats. And like I'm saying, for reputation, man, I would love to talk with y'all, but if we're not gonna, if you can't follow the rules and I can't trust you, unfortunately, it's more of a disservice. So at least with locked in, you're still on real time. I can't stop you from listening. You're getting the content instantly, but that's what it says on locked in, real time. That's all it is. So unfortunately, though, the whole talking thing is that's a additional one. That's just if we have a good relationship. But if we don't, I'm not trying to vibe with it, man. So I know it may be disappointing to some of you, but overall, I think it's been a net positive for everyone else. So if you do care about talking and conversation, you should care about the rules a lot more than repetition builds your reputation. I thought it rewires reality, but I guess if you ban someone, they could still watch and listen. Yeah, they can. You just can't chat because that's a privilege. It's not a service. It's not sold in anything. Chatting is a privilege, brother. Chatting is a privilege. But you could listen to and like I said, though, sometimes being able to like not talk, it's helpful. And I mean it genuinely. I'm not trying to be a dickhead. And like I'm saying, like kind of what we saw here, just like, bro, it's if you just like really listen and absorb it in, sometimes, you know, being so quick to talk and get involved in like emotional conversations, like it goes a long way, and you might be able to get the real benefit. And like I'm saying, if you are listening and that's what you are looking for, it's gonna help. But you know, sometimes if we're talking all the time instead of action, it will backfire. So, you know, try to view it as the blessing that it is. But at the same time, if that's what you were looking for, then yeah, I wouldn't really resubscribe or do that again. And SPY is going up. Those plays are still up 100 now. It's 3 if you got them at the bottom. And where's Wally World? The Robin Hood. I like old people, man. I love old people. But that old lady, bro, pissed me off. You have no idea. I wish I videotaped it. That was the oddest experience I've ever had. Ramble bamble. DJT on the high. Hood, Ulta. I'm still blown away by the TJX stat. That's kind of amazing. Some guy told your kid 6'7" at Home Goods. This is why God ain't give me kids, because I probably would have punched him. I would have assault and batteried. Why the fuck you talking to my child, dog? You think you gonna play a little game with the kid? No. I don't like talking to people's kids, you know that? I only like talking to kids I'm related to. Like, you know that? Some of y'all too. I'm not gonna talk to your kids. I hope if you want me to say happy birthday, I will. And I hope you get them a long term, and I hope you pass down the wisdom of long term and savings and real estate. But yeah, bro, fuck that. If anybody ever came up to a child in a store, I fucking kick them, bro. The old lady in the gym. Yeah, that was the one who tried to flex on me. You know, I haven't seen her. I think she might have passed away. I'm kidding. I haven't seen her, though. I haven't seen her in a minute, now that I think about it. I still ball with the old guy. One of the old guys at the gym, bro. I'm in a cult. Private jet passengers flying from UK face fourfold increase in tax. Dude, they're gonna tax you any house. If you own a property over $2 million, you get taxed more now. It's in a weird way. I think they're trying to like signal, like that speech this morning. She said, we're running on making things more affordable, and we meant it. I feel like they were trying to call out everyone else with their... Again, last time they did it, they blew up the bond market, but hey, this time been a little better. He said 6'7" to my child. I would have said right hook, left hook, bit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? No. Dude, okay, are you ready? Do you want me to ruin it for you guys? Because I hate it. It's very conflicting. I haven't said this because I know my nephew does it, but like I don't fucking tell his parents what to do. I just get the benefit off of being the cool uncle, but I just don't respond when he says 6'7". I just look at him, or like he would text it to me, and I'd be like, I just ignore it. But literally, it's fucked up because they've like mocked it on like South Park, and I don't want to sound like Peter Thiel, but like, yeah, it's like low key demonic. I feel like this. I feel like my parents back in the day when they said all rap music was demonic. But oh, dude, you know where it comes from? It comes from a guy named Skrilla. That's like it's from a song. No, bro, it's from a song that's by Skrilla, and this dude's like a literal demon. Like he has like videos talking about like witchcraft, and there's like a god he prays to, like 6 and 7. It's something around there. Yeah, bro, it's like, it's really fucked up. No, dude, it's like hella like, it's like actually like, believe me, bro, I wish I wasn't saying this right now, but dog, it's like anybody, if it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like, okay, I get it, maybe it's funny, but like, no, the dude, like, motherfucker, his eyes are all black, and the whole song is about like drugs and demonic shit, dog. Yeah, I guess I am becoming a boomer. Yeah, it's a demon. It's a little demon. Nah, bro. Anybody, like, dog, I don't even know, bro. Like, if it was Beyonce, I'd feel a little bit better about it. But, like, nah. Yeah, nah, I'm not with it. I mean, the Labubu looked like a damn demon, dog. I'm not even, that one's easy. You know what I'm saying? It's literally, bro. It's literally like, it's a fucking Labubu. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8. I don't know what the Lil Wayne one was, but maybe it was. But like, yeah, I've seen the conspiracy on 6'7". It is kind of sketch. But then again, I don't have kids, so that's all you. That's all you. Yeah, they said like the LaMelo Ball edits, that was part of it. But no, it's the song is Skrilla. Like, bro, do you want me to find the video? There's a video of this guy Skrilla in the song. Yeah, he's the one who made the song. And then the LaMelo commentator made it mainstream. But like, yeah, the dude talks about his like gods that he prays to, and like killing chickens and shit. Like, yo, I have no idea. It's dark. And then he did it to the beat of Baby Shark. Here, you could listen to the song. We've listened to the old Lil Wayne songs, and we would get disturbed, but you know, here it is. Well, this is the song. Dude, it's about guns.
Show TLA.
And I think some other shit.
Shades on Apple with the glasses. Bro say cause he a savage. So many dead ops, so many ashes. You ain't catch that, I can't pass this. Shooter stay strapped, I don't need mine. Bro put belt right to they behind. The way that switch, I know he dying. 6'7", I just bit right on the highway. Track hawking sitting in the driveway. Pull up, do dump truck, baby shark, do. I pop the perk and pop the blue. I get geek like
I never heard the song.
Say the rapper, we can smack out. Pull up clean in my white tee, rolling off a honeycomb. Diamonds beat me straight from Lex. And I got it cause I'm been away. Wait till when you see that. Ooh.
Yeah,
pull up back to back, man. Black
That's
track.
what
I just bipped the back to back. Throw some D's up on that bitch like rich boy. Hurricane, hey baby, hurricane my Chris boy. Hey baby, made some all gel, I'm forever gon' drip boy. Send my shooter on the hit boy. How a middleman a whole body. Straight thuggin', free blick, fighting triple behind me. Take on full, so I just yak. I dig 12 inside a scat. Swap the vid and got it wrapped. Bitch, we bippin' overnight. Shades on Apple with the glasses. Bro say cause he a savage. So many dead ops, so many ashes. You ain't catch that, I can't pass this. Shooter stay strapped, I don't need mine. Bro put
Alright, yeah. That was... This song has done irreversible damage to the internet. This makes Gucci Gang feel like Bohemian Rhapsody. Now I understand what my grandparents hear when I play my music. He raps like when I have a nightmare and try to talk, but I can't. Even the beat is mumbling. I stopped paying attention for 1 second. He starts singing Baby Shark. Oh, man. Pull up, doot, pull up, dump truck, baby shark, doot is the most mind-numbing thing I've ever heard. They let quantum randomness decide when the drums hit. Oh my gosh. Oh man. I'm reading the best comments on this, bro. All right. I need to find. I forgot the names of it. But yeah, it's just, that's what he says. It's Santeria gods. But yeah, super. I feel like my grandparents. I feel like my mom. I don't know what my mom said. My mom said Nickelodeon was demonic. But then again, that dude was just hella fucking creepy. With the TPU to do. In the GPU to do. Oh no. Oh no. TPU. GPU. No? Okay. No, you don't. I don't know. This was... I remember the brain rot. Here, you guys don't remember this? This wasn't that long ago, but I remember this was like the era. You guys don't remember this? I actually hated it at first, but then I learned to enjoy it, sadly. You guys don't remember this? Here. It's good times, bro.
Oh. Gucci gang. Oh.
That's it right now, T-Net.
Lil Pump. Yeah. Gucci gang. Oh. Yeah.
Big head on the beat.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
I understood it.
Racks on new chain. My bitch love do cocaine. Ooh, I fuck a bitch, I forgot name. I can't buy me no wetter rain. Rather go and buy ball lanes. Gucci gang, 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 Gucci gang.
Yeah, bro, that was ours. That was like, oh. But then again, all the kids started just doing Xanax after that. That started a Xanax epidemic. I don't think y'all really realize. You know, all those fucking rappers, like Pump and then fucking Perp Smoke, bro. It was like that era of SoundCloud rappers, bro. You Lil Consumer. Lil Consumer, son. You go treasure hunt, treasure hunt, treasure hunt, treasure hunt, treasure hunt. I just dropped a bag at TJX. I've been yeah, bro. It was bad. Yeah, Juice WRLD. I think Juice WRLD is a tragedy, man. You know why? I've told you this. Juice WRLD, bro, is like straight up, like, he was the best freestyler ever to walk this planet. I don't think people ever really realized it. Like, and yeah, he was a good artist, bro. He had a lot of talent. It's so sad that he got caught up in so much dog shit. And like, yeah, bro. It was just, but he was the best freestyler ever. I don't think you realize his mind, however his mind worked, was fucking insanity. I'm telling you, I've never seen anybody do, like, he was the craziest. Yeah, bro. He was the craziest, man. But yeah, that was that era, bro. Yeah, dude. I've watched that freestyles a lot. Anytime this topic comes up, I go to that one. Because it's actually insane. It's actually insane. He would just say bars, and it would make sense. Non-stop. Oh, man. If he never got into drugs, I mean, he probably would have got a job. I don't know if he would have made music, but you know, at the end, I don't know how good it would have been, but maybe we'll never know. That's the timeline. But his mind, for whatever it was, at some point, but he was like a little art kid. You guys know that? He like went to like, he was like a theater kid. That's the thing. Most people, like a lot of people, like even Tupac. You guys know Tupac was a theater kid, right? You guys don't want to have this talk? You know, like that's like, it's literally. Like, you know, Tupac was a theater boy. Like, Tupac wanted to be like an actor and like a theater kid. Yeah. Bro, there's some old videos of, did he do ballet? I think he might have. Dude, there's some like old videos that have came out of Tupac, bro. But like, yeah, he was like a theater kid, dude. Yeah, he went to Juilliard. Oh, shit. That's why some people say it was like a character, and then eventually he just started believing it. And then just went into full, like, West Coast, rah-da-da. What? Yeah, kind of like Drake, I guess. Straight up. Wait, but did Drake become a... Oh, never mind. Oh, which character? Never mind. Here, bro, there's a crazy, if you have never seen the Juice WRLD freestyles, you should, if you appreciate freestyling and rap. But yeah, it's insane. His mind, at one point I was like half impressed with the freestyling and like that, but at another point I'm like, dog, your mind, the mind of somebody who could fucking put that shit together with coherency to a beat, to like, it's just insane. Like, I don't think you realize he's running like, he's a thread ripper in his head. He has multiple cores operating at the same time. I think he is better than Eminem. Hands down. I think it's a great intro to Philo. You know why? Your mind, kids. Your mind. Lonta game. I just spent 10% on a new play. My stocks do cocaine. I don't know, man. I was so terrible back then, but man, times felt a lot simpler. You know what I'm saying? It felt a lot simpler. Etty Gang. Can we bring back Gucci Gang with remixes? Is that one still up? Didn't Uncle have a Gucci Gang diss? I don't know if that still exists. I think I told Uncle to tell Lil Pump to get a house. Is that still up or no? I don't think it is still up. I think he said, I hope you die doing cocaine. Hey, man, at least, you know, Uncle is a lot more savage than me, guys. I don't know. Uncle's older. Uncle will get straight to the truth. He said, you want to play in your foolishness? Play in your foolishness, son. Yeah. Hi, man, that's Uncle, bro. What do you want me to say? I'm just quoting the lyrics, man. I think he said, hope you die doing cocaine. I mean, because that could happen, you guys. You know that? You know, a lot of drugs are fake. You guys, imagine if people are fake. Imagine the fake drugs they're selling you. So, yeah. And then if anybody's going to do shrooms tonight, demon, your brain is swelling. Demon. You might want to delay. I just fucked it up for you. So you might want to give it a 2-day delay. Get that out of your subconscious, okay? I'm sorry, but that sucks. That sucks that's the fucking Achilles to that. But I don't make the rules, man. I don't make the rules. You like yesterday's feel? I did too, man. I hope y'all take some territory, man, in your mind and understand your role here on this planet. And then again, there's so many things coming up. And even that talk we had today, bro. I really don't, like, for real, bro. I think it was natural, and I like how it showed up, but just, dude, y'all don't fall for the popularity and just keep, you know, the wave. And if you think on your own, you make your own judgments, just like Mr. Rohn said, you know, you're going to be good. And, like, but at the same time, it's like, it's not even like a neutral. It's just like, if you don't do it, it's gonna hurt you. And, like, at the same time, people will fucking hype up and give you dog shit, bro. And you guys are gonna be the only ones who deal with it if you choose to subscribe to it. I'm not talking YouTube. I mean, subscribe to it in your brain, you know. And I love the brain, and I hope all of you, man, are grateful and thankful for your brain. So yeah. Shrooms helped you a lot when I was a younger man. I don't think it did. Because if you still don't have the sense to realize what I'm gonna fucking tell you, just, you know, man, I think, praise God you're still here, man. And if you got a long term, that's good. And if you care about your mind to not do it anymore, that's fine. Because I did shrooms. I don't think it did, man. I think I thought the cat was, we had a cat. My friend had a cat, and I swear I thought it was a lion. I don't know how that helped me. It scared me at one point. And it felt good in the beginning, but yeah, I don't know, man. I know, to each his own, I guess, but sure mind. It's not as bad, dude. I had a friend in high school. He went crazy off of spice, so, but I don't know which is worse. So you guys, it's your life. Just live your life. Don't throw it away. You should get a long term in the paper. Just live your life. Don't throw it away. Alrighty. Poly market odds of Bitcoin reserve before 2027 shot up 61. That's a long time away. That's in another year. But is that why Bitcoin rocketed up? Because I don't know which one came first. Oh, and then SPY. What's up? Well, Baba and K-Web. It might be something in China. Hold on. I think we got bad news. Oh, they already jacked them up. Yo, something just snapped. Oh, they fucking hit me on the spread. All right, now they're going up. But yeah, something popped off with China and K-Web. Something, there's bad news somewhere. Hold on, that looks legit. Literally, Yang is ripping, Baba, K-Web is all going down. I'm checking Truth right now, but something just snapped. All right, yep, it's all Baba. Something with Alibaba in China. Damn, even the calls are going up on that, too. Yeah, it's going to be Baba. Just live long term. Away, away. Okay, be careful. There's somebody left their bid. Yeah, Baba's going to be the move on that one. I don't have the headline yet. Baba, Pentagon said Alibaba should be on list for Chinese military ties. Last time it brought it down a couple percentage points. Then it came back up. There's no good ones, bro. You got to get filled in between the spread. The first one was a shitty one. Anyway, yeah. No, they had that same one a while ago, but I think that's new. Could be a development. Yeah, they're not filling me on the spreads. The first one was shitty, but it's coming up again. Again, I think you guys, you saw how you noticed that. Just off of the first reaction, you could tell, and then the headline came in. I think Baba will keep going down, and I think SPY will eventually recover off of that. The calls went up on the SPY shit, the old one. Just long-term life. Away, away, away. I just watched Baba. I think it's over. They sent assessment to Baidu and BYD in October 7th. That could be the old clip then. Hold on. I think it's new, but I think it's based off of the old info. Remember we hit that one last time on Alibaba. But yeah, I think it's based off of that same one. Applying the context. So yeah, if you got him, sell. I kept that one. I got a shitty one, but I don't think that one's going to hit. Just long-term life. Away, away, away. Instead of getting that long-term. All right.